it's supremely important to not minimize your responsibility and what people need from you. So the I think realistically, I know I understand the question and appreciate it, but I'm going to keep my conversations with ownership to myself and ownership.
Tell me how you feel about it now, child.
All right, Dad. When I was young, my daddy turned on the TV.
That's what my daddy did to me.
And there it began when he said, girl, listen to me.
Oh, this is sounding way too familiar.
Then there's the fence, the team in orange and blue. They never win.
That's still true.
But love them just like I love you.
Oh, man, sounds like it's happening all over again.
My
Daddy made me love the Dolphins. I'm sorry that he done such a thing.
Such a bad thing.
But it's my lot to
Love the Dolphins, don't expect no ring.
Everybody now.
Daddy made me love the Dolphins so many times. I've asked myself why.
It's my lot to love the Dolphins,
Oh, they make me cry. As we say good morning to everybody out there, Happy New Year to everybody. And the Dolphins tried to screw it up for you a little bit yesterday, but hey, man, it's a new year, like I said. Everybody's probably already all set up and got some goals they want to reach. And Woody, it's great to have everybody back. Jamie, and you've been doing some basketball games. And
yeah, Happy New Year, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And the biggest upset in college football playoff history, the Canes take care of Ohio State. And damn, did I have fun. I got to tell you, I thought they had to play a great game. And hell, I didn't know they're going to dominate Ohio State like that. And they dominated Ohio State. That first quarter was unbelievable what they're able to do, minus the fumble. And then they went off, and here they are, man. There's 4 teams left. We're down to the semifinals of the college football playoffs. And the Miami Hurricanes said, hey, Dolphins, you're not screwing it up in the football world here in South Florida. You're not going to do it. They get their second win. Impressive. The defense, the line of scrimmage, all the things, all playing their best football, and the stars are acting like stars. Their best players are really putting it together. I don't know where you start. When I say Hurricanes right now, I always say Ruben Bain now. I mean, Ruben Bain. Like, hey, they got a bunch of guys playing at a high level. Don't get me wrong, a whole bunch of guys. Mark Fletcher has been unbelievable in these last couple of games. Keontae Scott. How about the Keontae Scott story, huh? Every game, sacks, picks, his stock way up. Mesidor. For some reason, man, Mesidor just I still feel like when people talk about him, although they talk about the great pass rush that the two of them have together on the outside, but I'm not sure he gets enough respect from how good he is. And I was talking to we had it with NFL people all weekend, and we're talking about what Jason has done with those guys and their techniques and how good it is. We got guys on the Miami Dolphins that can't figure out how to use their hands and stuff. And we've got guys over there on the outside that they're NFL ready. They use their hands. They have been coached up by Jason Taylor, who has done a hell of a job. And not trying to put one with the other because different level of football. But, yeah, man, a lot of great stories. Carson Beck has done a nice job. Probably going to have to do more before it's said and done, but doing everything he's been asked to do. I got to tell you, though, 2 guys on the top of my list this morning. We talk about players. I can go through the line, both the offensive and defensive line, because probably should have started with that group, because if you don't have a line of scrimmage and you can't control it the way they have, you're not giving up 14 points and 3 points in the 2 games like they have against two really good teams in A&M and Ohio State. But how about the job you're getting from Shannon Dawson and Corey Heatherman? How good is that? You talk about being locked in on what works. All of a sudden, they're running the ball again. Remember there in the middle of the year, they couldn't really run the ball. And they're stacking the line and forcing us to throw. Well, right now, it's like we're going to run late in the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're going to run it, and, man, there is some holes. They are opening up some big holes. And defensively, just shutting it down, getting everybody out of what they want to do offensively. And they've got a lot of guys. They're getting all the right guys in the right places to make plays. It has just been unbelievable what Mario has done. And here they are, Ole Miss, Thursday night at the Fiesta Bowl. And then if they win that one, I don't want to look ahead too much. We'll be here Friday morning on very little sleep. But coming back here, if they win that one, Hard Rock Stadium, and by the way, it could be this Indiana-Oregon game is probably going to be a hell of a game too, because they both looked really good in their wins as well. So, we got a lot of stuff. Hey, we got a lot of Dolphin stuff, and probably if you're feeling a little sensitive and you work in the organization, probably shouldn't listen to the show. Probably not a good idea if you're coming in and wondering what's going to be said. You may not like it, especially some of the things that have happened that we're going to be talking about. You know about Troy Aikman is now going to be a consultant, and everything else. Dan Marino will also be in on the process to find a general manager, which is the first thing they need to figure out. I don't know if they're capable of figuring it out, though, to be honest, because right now, man, we're spinning our wheels, big fat wheels in mud, and you can't move. You ever see any of those shows, those outdoor shows? In Alaska, it happens a lot. The snow melts, and these guys are trying to get real muddy, and they can't. They're just in the same. They just can't. It's stuck. Well, that's where the Miami Dolphins are. Perk was very nice to him. Perk said, we could be really bad. We're on the brink of being really, really bad. Or we're on the brink of a playoff team. I don't see the playoff stuff. I just saw Indy, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and the Patriots blow us out. Good teams don't get blown out that many times. Good teams. I didn't say great teams. Good teams don't get blown out by Indy, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and the Patriots. And most of it, believe it or not, all close games at half and the third quarter. Some of the worst third quarter numbers in the history of not only this franchise, but the National Football League. That there was some of the uglies, some of the ugly teams through the years. Those numbers have been really, really bad. And so anyway, we'll get into some of the stuff from the front office. Nobody, by the way, should get a hall pass over there. Nobody should get a hall pass that works. Hard Rock Stadium is here, and, right next to it, they built this beautiful little facility, one of the nicest in football, anywhere, college or pro. And they don't deserve it. Not one person deserves it. They should all take their friggin' names off their little parking spots. The ego spots, they should take their names off. They should make their ass park over at Hard Rock Stadium and walk over every day. Everybody, including everybody in the front office. That's what they should do. Because this thing was absolutely pathetic to watch this year overall. It was pathetic. And I can't wait. And so some things have happened that really got me fired up overnight. And we do this. So when you're getting ready to put somebody on the list that's going to help you out, so now Chris Greer is gone, and he should be gone. We waited too long, and he's gone. And there's a zillion reasons it's been said, and I don't want to dogpile on a guy that's already gone. And Chris Greer, who truly, I don't want to get started. There's no reason to get started on stuff, but. So now I have people telling me, the one guy that stood up to him was Brandon Shore. I go, he stood up to him and said, this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. So now this stuff comes out for the first time. Now this stuff all of a sudden is leaked out. It's leaked out by people with the Miami Dolphins, by the way, if you're wondering where it leaks out from, without getting into any names today and really getting people going. But yeah, so they're going. So when they want somebody to be involved, they try to build them up and dogpile on somebody else. That's one of the other things that we're notorious for doing on that. Now, listen, they can have anybody they want, whether it's the finance guy or it's Mr. Ross's whole family, his son-in-law to everybody else is going to be, to Troy and Dan Marino playing catch with everybody before they go in there and meet with all the GMs, which would be a treat, 2 Hall of Famers. But, yeah, man, I got some recommendations, though, for the GM. Let's start with strong background checks on players so we don't have another Cam Smith situation. There's one of, without getting into the list of guys. How about this one? Signing free agents who don't come in on the 401k program and know they're coming in and aren't going to play, but sit all year or most of the year. How about that one? Here's another one. How about signing injured guys that stay injured? We got a pretty good list of those guys too. They're injured and we expect them back for the start of the season. We've had guys that never come back. So, and we've got some tough decisions to make on this team, which has got to upgrade the talent. Overall, we have to upgrade. They got good players. Don't get me wrong. They've got some good players. The young talent on the team's not good enough. We got to hit on better draft picks. Chop Robinson, 4 sacks, not very good this year. He was supposed to take the next step. I know yesterday he had a concussion. Not good enough. 15 games, 4 sacks. As one of the key guys in the rebuild through the drafts. We got a couple good guys. Don't get me wrong now. Patrick Paul looks like he's going to be really good at left tackle, key important position. And obviously Achane just coming off a great year, top 5 rushing. But we got to hit on, we just can't have good. He looks like he's going to be a solid player. Now listen, you need solid players, but you need great players. You need players that are game-changing players. And we don't have them. Those coaches are coaching guys up. And I was looking there, guys, and I go, hey, man, honestly, I was telling the guys last night, I go, some of these guys can play. It's pretty good. And they at least are playing. They're not checking out. Could have checked out when the team was officially out of the playoffs. I got a lot of respect for a lot of those guys. I got a list of guys I truly go, man, you're playing your hardest. Like to get a better player there maybe, but at least you guys showed up. We got to figure something out, man. And it starts at the very top. I know everybody's dialed in on Mike McDaniel right now. Before we get to Mike, we got to figure out this, whatever we do or don't do, like it doesn't work in the top. It doesn't work. I don't know. Dave Hyde's might be onto something. Dave Hyde's been saying we got to blow up the whole scouting department, the whole thing. Anybody that's evaluating, and listen, I know right now you can't because you're in the middle of, you got to keep some guys that you really like. I don't know anything about any of them, but I know they're part of the reason we're not very good. The information that comes back goes to the GM. I don't know what he was doing and all the rest of them. But there's a lot of work to do, man, and we got to change whatever we're doing because it's just not working. Our fan base can see it. It just doesn't work what we're doing. So, again, I think we got some really good coaches. I do. And I like a lot of them. I think player-wise, they got a lot of guys with a lot of character. But it's this thing is a cold-ass business, man. And 7-10 with the 11th pick in the draft and getting blown out in 6 games and getting outscored, an embarrassing rate in the third quarter. And by the way, even worse, some of those drives started in the third quarter and ended early in the fourth quarter for even more points. But it's just people come here and it's like, this is, I don't know, maybe they do some of this in other places too, but it's and then the other thing, like I said, is, you know, once the stuff, man, and I'm looking like, no, you guys are all together. I know we only fired one guy, but to me, you guys are all the same. Oh, no, not the other guy. Not the other guy now. No. He was fighting it and saying, don't give all those guys those extensions. I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, did you stand up? Did you put your pair on the table and really do that? Or did you kind of go along with it because, hey, everybody wants to keep their job? Anyway, hey, we got to go to break here. I've got a lot more stuff.
You all right in there?
Yeah.
You had to call that thing yesterday. How'd that go? That must have been fun.
Oh, listen.
Cold out there, huh?
I got to tell you, the second half after the interception that Hewers threw, and then it's like, I don't know what happens at halftime with the team, but they came out. That game felt like the Steelers game. I don't know how much you watched, but it was like Steelers went.
Second half was tough to stick around.
Bang, bang. And next thing you're going, is that number at 38 again here early in the fourth quarter? It was just a one-score game. And then you're going, wait a second. We had that in Cincinnati too. It was, and then no. And, and there's no answers for it, which is, now yesterday, you didn't have much. That was, some of the guys were playing, it looked like a fourth quarter of a preseason game.
Well, someone said first time in my life, I'd say I changed the TV from a Dolphins game to watch a Panthers hockey game. And yesterday was a red zone day for me.
No, but that was a day.
I couldn't do it.
Either red zone or flip over to a team that knows how to win.
They just felt like a team just playing for nothing. Joe stuck in the middle of mediocrity. And man, oh man. Then that news, the Troy Aikman news, by the way, comes out over the weekend. And it's like, what, did they just see him on TV and be like, oh, he probably knows what he's doing? Like,
So
I don't know. I just don't understand where these things happen.
No,
Boomer
Esiason is up in New York, and so you're going, hey, did you hear about this thing? And I go, no, I didn't hear about it. I said, I'm trying to spend a little time with my family. I'm not exactly a balanced family guy here, and so they're going, yeah, Boomer's letting them have it. Like, you got Dallas Cowboy, Hall of Fame guy, and you got your own guy, and what are you guys doing there? What's going on? And so they're going, well, Troy does all the games, so he knows everybody and every team. Yeah. Listen, man.
I heard that over the weekend. Yeah.
Of course you did. But hey, listen, if Troy can make the difference and if he can find the guy, don't worry. We'll have guys at our building take all the credit if it happens to be the right guy. Just get the right guy.
I just don't know how these things happen. Like, I gather they just see him on TV and they go, boy, he looks cool, man. He's a former quarterback. Let's bring him in.
I just think it's funny because he's doing not too long ago Monday Night Football, and by the way, for good reason, blasting our offense for whatever that was.
He did. People think he's going to fire Mike. I guess I don't think that's his decision to make, but
yeah,
I would hope it's not. But
well, listen, Woody, let's go to break here and get off to a good start. We got a lot of things to get to. We got a lot of things going on, and got the Canes, man. Canes they didn't just surprise a lot of people once. They surprised them twice. People went, you beat A&M, but it was windy, and you'll never get Ohio State. And they physically got after them too. Hey, right now I want to tell you about somebody else that's out there that has got it rolling right now, and that is your South Florida Chevy dealers. Oh my gosh, whether it's the SUV family or a truck family, boy, you can't go wrong. I know I'm getting ready to do it. I can't help myself. I love those new Tahoes. God, they're so roomy, so great. We got the new one. It's just fantastic. But it's about Suburbans. It's about a Traverse, one of the hottest midsize SUVs we have right now. And then I flip it over. I didn't even talk about the Equinox, Woody. I'm sorry. And I know you just got yourself a gorgeous Equinox that is fantastic. And it's not just you. Boy, they're selling a bunch of those Equinox. But on top of it, it's about the durable Colorado in the truck family. It's about the Silverado 1500. It's about Silverado HD. Boy, and I'll tell you what, whether it's power you need, the legendary horsepower, and one of the hardest working beds in the business to a family truck that can help you on the weekends, do a little work, and also get the family around. I'm telling you right now, it's like South Florida Chevy dealers have made a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. So whether it's midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, or an SUV, perfect for the size of your family, Chevy pickups and those SUVs will never let you down. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers that are going on right now.
Today's topics are
Joe, before we get back to it here, we do have good news. I want people know we are going to be giving away a pair of Heat tickets to see the Heat and Suns January the 13th. We will have that for you at some point here today during the show.
All right.
Always some good news.
No, man, we always got good stuff. Hey, we got a lot of sports going on. My gosh, and here we go again, man. Semifinal game once again. The Miami Hurricanes. What a great story. What a great story. And by the way, why do our podcasters for the Canes care so much about what national guys say or don't say? Like, oh, he's picking us to win. Like, okay. And last week they didn't. It doesn't matter. Then they're going, don't, like, those guys aren't paying attention. I don't think they're going around like, hey, I think we're going to win. Nick Saban's with us this week and nobody else is. Now all of a sudden more people are going, well, they beat A&M and they beat the Canes. They might be for real. And then people are starting to look, they got a lot of NFL-looking guys on this team now. Hey, we've been talking about this team being well-balanced and good everywhere. I'm not saying NFL first-round good everywhere. They've got some areas of the team that are a little stronger than other areas, but they're really good. They've got a lot of guys playing really, really well. I got to tell you, we're together, and it's amazing. Everybody wants to talk about Malachi Toney. It's incredible the amount of people that love his story about graduating early, 17 years old in spring football, 17 years old when the season starts, 17 years old, and he's having 100-yard games before he turned 18. And then, of all people, we're sitting at dinner, and Dan Marino, I'm in dinner with all our guys, and we do this every Saturday night. I'm not throwing names out there, just using it. So he says, hey, the best story I've heard about this Malachi Toney. And I was looking like, oh my God, he's paying attention to this stuff. He goes, he was in high school. Quarterback got hurt. He was hurt. He went and suited up and came back out and played quarterback in the second half and the rest of the year. And they won a state championship. And he was a quarterback. Diabell had gotten hurt. And it was just, the story grows, man, about everything this guy does. And we're all talking about all the players and the job that they've done. Coordinators, by the way, both of them equally. I know Corey Heatherman's done a great job with this defense and what they've been able to do. But I tell you what, man, Shannon Dawson needs to get a lot of credit. Would you agree? Shannon Dawson is not throwing the ball down the field. They're not throwing for 250 yards and all those things. But Carson Beck, I love the throws, move the chains, 19 of 26, 138 yards, a touchdown, but no turnovers behind it. It's a really good, safe, confident. He's even saying, hey, we got to run the ball. We can run the ball on these guys. You're hearing these stories coming out. Great stuff, man. Just absolutely great stuff across the board with this football team and their ability to get turnovers defensively, takeaways is what we like to call them. And that's what they've been doing, getting a lot of them. So nice story. And now down to the Final Four. And Ole Miss, by the way, we were just talking during the break, and it feels like the whole Lane Kiffin screw you just because you got paid and went away, and you're taking all the credit, and we were all crying, and please stay. We want you to stay in coaches before, and then we'll decide what we're all going to. That wasn't the case. That was made up by Lane Kiffin, which I think pissed those players off even more. They're even more motivated. They came back 20 points in the fourth quarter to beat a really good Georgia team. Really good Georgia team. I thought Georgia was going to beat them by a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, they're playing some inspired football. That quarterback is he's pretty good, man.
He looks good.
He was running around and flinging the ball and a little underhand.
They got a good
Mahomes
team now.
And
they
do have a good team.
Good line of scrimmage. I love their defensive tackles in the middle.
So really what you were saying about the offense for the Hurricanes just doing enough. I wonder if this is the game where they're going to have to score some points. Like I just don't know if you're going to hold Ole Miss to to 10 or 13 points in this game. They just hung 40 on Georgia, and Georgia's, pretty good defense.
Well,
so I don't,
The interesting thing with this is that your coaches, your coordinators, and they're sitting around, and they've had a few extra days with the way these games are spread out to see where they can attack and where they're going to have a chance. I think we've seen this all year. If you got a bunch of first rounders in the secondary, and you're going, okay, we're not going to try to throw the ball deep. We're going to do a short passing game. And hey, listen, man, nobody's going to have more draft picks than the team they just beat. Nobody's going to have more draft picks on the defensive side of the ball than Ohio State just had. And I get it. Ole Miss got a lot of good players. I think they're motivated. By the way, we find out yet the coaches, I guess Lane's going, hey, guys, I was cool with one game, but I don't know about you guys staying the whole time. We got a lot of work. The transfer portal opened up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, he apparently gets paid every time they win by LSU. Like, the system's not very not good right now.
System for college basketball and college football is a mess. The transfer portal is open.
Yeah.
Indiana got one of the top transfer portal quarterbacks to already commit for next year going, Mendoza's gone. He's gone. He should be.
So that's the funny part of it, too. It's like, so I see a lot of the, because I follow a lot of the USF accounts. All the USF guys are going to Auburn, right? Follow their coach.
Probably.
Any of the players who are decent. So how do you compete? How do you recruit against that when you got the Hurricanes that are getting ready to play, right? In the biggest game they've played in 20 years, they're getting ready to play. How do you focus your sights on a game and this at the same time? Like,
well, so
I know they got a lot of people working over there, but
Mario,
the calendar, what a mess, man.
No, it's a mess for, by the way, all these schools. You're right to your point.
You're still playing. This shouldn't be going on.
So Mario obviously cannot just focus on this game, which is by far the most important thing. When he's got extra time and everybody's done and his coordinators are putting game plans together, Mario's sitting there working this transfer portal. He's got his recruiting staff coming in there and going, hey, we like this guy, take a look at him. And I think he trusts him. You've seen what the transfer portal's done to us, put him absolutely over the top with the transfer portal class they brought in. It's just been icing on the cake with some of these guys they've added. So, but they got to jump in this because LSU's getting ready to sign one of the top quarterbacks. Everybody's going, hey, my guy's gone, or he's transferring, or he's going to the NFL. And we need a guy who's out eligibility. So it's the system's a mess. Yes.
Yeah, I just see guys signing left and right. I saw James Madison quarterbacks go to UCF. Like it's all over the place, man.
It's great.
It would be nice if Miami could just all right, let's focus on this game. That's the only thing we got going on this week is this game.
Well, they've had 4 or 5 guys transfer. University of Miami's had 4 or 5 guys I just saw last night have already transferred, not going to be with the team going to the Fiesta Bowl. And obviously they're not playing. So they want to jump in this thing while it's open. And that's what, listen, this thing is set up for these players to make a lot of money because a lot of them were getting recruited by these schools and came up second choice or third choice. And Mario's counting on the same thing. And I expect that to start picking up here as things continue on and they put their list together on this transfer portal. There's 4,000 kids in the Division I transfer portal right now. 4,000. 4,000. Now, obviously, some are better than others. Some have a little better resume that have already played well and went, we're not very good. I played great. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Well, you'd hope the best ones are going to wait it out at least, right? Because Miami's got to be the hottest destination out there for a transfer at this point.
Well,
it's right up there.
Like you said, it's going to be about money and it's going to be about opportunity.
Well,
there's
it's
nothing worse
about money first. But.
Yeah, but what good does it do to keep bouncing around and you go everywhere and they're going, now you're not good enough to start. We thought you were, but you're not because you don't want to compete like you used to. And because a lot of these guys in the portal are like, oh, there's a hole. Okay, I'll take the job. And they're going, no, you're going to be competing no matter what. There's going to be some guy when you go to a school that's like, how about our old quarterback? He's bouncing around. The guy we thought was going to be really good his freshman year, and He's played like in every team in the country.
Tyler Van Dyke?
Yeah. He keeps going, and they're going, no, you're not good enough. Start here. You're the backup.
But do you blame him, though? Like, the thing about that, too, is, Joe, like, these guys they're not going to go pro, a lot of them, right?
No.
So why not bounce around? Why not take as much money and milk this system as much as you can? Play in your mid to late 20s if you can.
Well, that's the other thing.
You know, have your injury years, your red shirt years, whatever. Like
injury, red shirt, coach left, take another one. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Hey, we got to go to break here, Woody. We got a lot of stuff going on here on a Monday, man. It's great to have everybody back. I hope everybody had a great new year, bringing in the new year. Got a few days off. I'm still working on the family stuff a little bit. Still a little behind a lot of you that do great in the family structure. Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and low T. It's serious stuff, man. It's serious stuff. I got rid of it, though. Hallelujah, and thank you, Atlantic Men's Clinic. You are good. Hey, man, nothing like having energy level back. Very little sleep. We got in early this morning, and I'm going to go play a little tennis, and I am ready to go. And my sex drive's back. It was gone, too. Don't mind telling. Not embarrassed by it. Hey, man, when you have it, when you have low T and ED, the combination, guys know it's not like, wow, I didn't realize wasn't working. Nothing was working. Trying to figure out why I'm so tired all the time. Well, listen, ED and low T is going to happen to every guy out there. And Atlantic Men's Clinic takes care of all of it. I want to let you know that you show up, you set up that first appointment, you get the PSA test, you meet with their professional staff. They put together a program that's perfect for you to get great results. How'd you like to start chasing that little lady around? Something that hadn't been happening. Hell, you're sleeping in the other room now. I mean, it's gotten that bad. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you. Set up that first appointment. Have great results. I promise you that's what's going to happen. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. I had great results almost 2 years ago now. Atlantic Men's Clinic, it works, man. And welcome back, and good morning to everybody. Great to have you with us this morning, and we have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, we got Panthers and the Heat, kind of on the same programs, both getting ready to hit the road. The Panthers at the halfway mark of their season got a great win against the Avalanche, a really good win against maybe the best team in hockey right now, and they're going to be on the road 9 of the next 10 games. The Heat 20-16 at Minnesota with a 4-game road trip. This will be the first of 4 for them, so both teams will be leaving town today to hit the road. And big congratulations to a couple of guys. Jordan Brooks, middle linebacker for the Miami Dolphins, ends up leading the league in tackles. Good for him, man. The guy played hurt and wanted it. You could tell he wanted to get that. 183 tackles, first in the NFL. And Devon Achane, who did not play yesterday, ends up 5th in the NFL in rushing yards and came up just short of 2,000 total yards with a big season at the running back position. So the Dolphins get blown out by the Patriots, who ended up playing their starters pretty much three quarters. We've seen this before in the blowouts where teams start pulling their starters out early fourth quarter. And so they had a lot of guys missing, especially in offense with Waddle out, Waller out, and Achane out, and Austin Jackson, a right tackle, also out. So they're missing a lot of guys. And so I wasn't surprised. And Ewers obviously got off to a nice start in the first half, played really well, nice little game plan for him, completing everything. And then it has many times, whatever happens, adjustments at halftime, they came out. And we've seen this from most of the teams that have blown us out, and there's been 6 of them, have really come out on fire to start second half. I thought that game yesterday, the Patriots game, felt like the Pittsburgh Steelers game, the Monday Night Football game, where you were in a tight ball game and feeling pretty good, down a little bit down a score at the half, and then next thing you know, it's start of the fourth and the game's over. And so third quarter problems, and Mike gets up there and he says, same thing. We got to figure this out. I got to get it figured now. I got to get figured out in this off season because it's not working and stuff. Look, at the roster overall is not good enough. We haven't drafted well enough. We haven't hit. We got good players that can play. We need to get some game changers, some great players. Not talking Hall of Fame, but some really good players. We need to get more of them through the draft. And we just haven't done it. We got the 11th pick in the draft. We end up going 7-10 on the season. The GM search is on. It's it's already getting ripped because Troy Aikman's involved as a key consultant, as a former great quarterback, Hall of Famer with the Cowboys, and people have already called me and asked me, why are they using a guy from Dallas Cowboys to help us set up interviews with guys that he likes?
Very fair question to be asked,
as a consultant, yeah. And so the answer is from the team is that Troy is around the league. He meets with everybody. He's got a pretty good feel for everybody and who's doing a great job and who's not. I think I heard Troy on the interview say at some point he'd like to maybe give this a shot, although I don't know if he's going to give up the kind of money he's making as an analyst on Monday Night Football. He's going to be taking a big cut in pay if he's ready to do that, to be a general manager, because Troy's got to be making close to $20 million a year as an analyst. So anyway, so now we got to put, I don't know, I think the team's going to come out today, maybe tomorrow, with who's going to be meeting with the GM. Final say, again, I think it goes back to Stephen Ross, and maybe his son-in-law, who's heavily involved in the team now as well. And then I don't know where everybody else fits in. And I don't know who else is going to be involved in this. I do agree the GM has got to be the top priority before you worry about the head coach, before you worry about anything else. The GM has to come in. He's got to get to work. Champ's done a nice job. I like talking to Champ. He's going to get a chance to interview for the job as well. The interim head coach, interim general manager right now. But there's just a lot of work to do, man. How about, I was thinking of this last night. What do you know what today is? Exit meetings, today and tomorrow. Physicals and exit meetings where you meet, if you're under contract, you meet with a coach. Can you imagine that with Tua? Hey, you were so bad, I had to bench you. I mean, I just got to talk.
He could probably skip his meeting, right? Well, the question is, how long does Mike survive?
Well, he's still going to have his meetings.
I guess. I mean, unless they fire him this morning.
I would be.
You were right, by the way. I don't remember which side of that bet you were on, actually, to be honest, because I haven't seen you in like a week. But I asked you if the Dolphins were going to come out with a statement after the game of some kind.
No, I thought they would come out with something and let the fan base know what they're thinking.
So we don't know what's going on. And there's obviously a chance he could be. Hell, Atlanta got rid of their guy. That didn't take long. And their GM.
They said, nope, we
That was like right. I don't even think they let him back on the plane.
Anyway,
that was a quick one.
I think they have to let you fly. Our guys, because I've been on a couple airplanes
with guys that are fired.
Guys overseas got fired and the wife and the husband got on. I don't want to say names, but they had to get on and they're going around and they're going, before the owner got on his private plane, he fired me. So I just want to let you guys know I'm going back, but I got fired. And that's an awkward 9 or 10 hours on a plane with the guy going, hey, he's walking around a little bit. What do you say to him? I'm
just trying to figure out like this Troy Aikman thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what experience he has in this department as far as hiring GMs.
He's not.
That's what they brought him in to do, right? To interview and hire a GM.
I think his job's to get the top people for him to bring in. He's going to go, this is a list of guys that I think.
So we're going on
really
what he
good.
Thinks.
Yes.
With his vast experience.
I think he's got a lot to
no
say.
ties to the organization whatsoever.
No.
They pulled him out of the broadcast booth. He has no experience doing this. And that's who we're going to go with.
I think that's kind of the game plan.
No one in the building.
I don't think he's going to have final say on who gets it.
He's going to have some say, apparently.
He'll say somebody he likes. Yeah,
I just don't know, man. Like, I don't get them sometimes. Like, oh, hey, this guy calls, primetime football games. Let's get him to do it.
Yeah, I get that. By the way, I get, hey, listen, man, the guy that everybody's talking about is my friend.
Does he have a lot of experience doing it, though? Like, I don't understand.
He doesn't. He's got.
So what are we doing again, man?
Putting together a list of.
Great.
Putting together
he's going to sit in
guys.
there and be like, oh, okay, this guy's the guy. Like,
so,
I have no ties to your organization. I know nothing about it, but here you go.
So they're going to put together this list, and then I think they're going to do a little background, like on every guy. Well, this guy does this, and he oversees this and that, and the whole thing. I obviously we got to do a better job of background checks. By the way, I got another one. How many years do you stick with the same people who have been here for a while? Now, they got rid of a couple of them. I know after Chris was let go, they let go of a couple other guys been with Chris for 20, 25 years. And we haven't won a playoff game in that amount of time. But, Hyde's been on this. I got to give Dave Hyde credit from the Sunset. I can't take credit for this, but he's right. If something ain't working, don't you clean some things up? If somebody's even been involved with bad contracts to anything, don't you go, we may have to go a different direction. I don't care how much you like them or what they're telling you. But I think a lot of guys get in with Mr. Ross one-on-one relationships, and he likes them. You know how you like somebody and you're going, man, I really want this to work. We want to keep you. We see in corporate America every day. I really want to keep you, man. We got to do some cutbacks, but really want to keep. You're my favorite friggin' guy, but you just I got to see some production from you of some kind. Show me something, man. Show me something. Anyway, hey, 7 o'clock hour is coming up. I got to show you that here as we got more stuff to to get to this morning. Playoffs are set. Denver and Seattle get the bye week and the number 1 seeds. And by the way, just a reminder to all Dolphin fans, what a franchise quarterback, a young one in his second year. I forgot he's only his second year. I swear to God. Is this third or fourth year? No, this is his second year. Drake May. They got their guy in New England. They've got him. He can run. He can throw. He is playing with ridiculous confidence right now. Hey, we got more. 7 o'clock hours coming up. Stay with us.
WQA.
Fiesta Bowl. Thursday's game will kick at 7:30 and can be heard here on WQAM with our countdown to kickoff beginning at 3. Over to the Dolphins, whose season ended with a 38-10 loss to the Patriots. The Dolphins will finish with a 7-10 record and the 11th pick in the draft. To the Heat, who blew out the Pelicans 125-106. Norman Powell had 34. Miami will now hit the road to take on Minnesota tomorrow night. And to the Panthers, who beat Colorado 2-1. Next up, the Cats will head to Toronto tomorrow night. And Joe, we'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And big congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes football team. Biggest upset in the college football playoff in the history is what they're calling the Canes win over Ohio State. Then you watch the game after about 5 or 6 tequilas. Got after it pretty good. But, man, it didn't look like an upset to me. They just dominated them. They ran the ball, threw the ball, and they got after that offensive line, that pass rush, and they didn't let him run the ball, and that guy was running for his life. Now, he ended up throwing for a lot of yards, and, again, Jeremiah Smith is phenomenal, which is, people are talking about him. He should. He had a great game. And, but, boy, I'll tell you what, that was, you hold Texas A&M at home to 3 points. And then this Ohio State team shows up with those guys that are both first-round picks on the outside and their 5-star quarterback, and they score 14 points. And people are like, okay, maybe a little luck because of the wind in the first game, because I heard that a few times for people who don't like the Canes. But not this game. Not this game. It got everybody's attention. Like, this thing is this thing might be for real. That defense is, and again, led by Reuben Bain and Mesidor. I mean, it's the same guys that continue. Keontae Scott is, what is it? Every game, 2 sacks, a pick, the pick 6 in this game, and 2 coordinators right now that are just absolutely zoned in, and Shannon Dawson and Corey Heatherman. Just a great feel. You could tell it's a confident team. They weren't surprised they won the game. They're happy they won, but they weren't surprised. They really weren't surprised. And I'm dying to see if Ole Miss does a little talking this week too, because apparently everybody from the Big Ten and the SEC wants to yap a lot. So anyway, great win. Down to the semifinals, 4 teams left. You win this one, you come right back home where you play your home games. Wow, would that be just a great story? Would that be a great story? So is the better story if that does happen? I hate getting ahead of myself because I always feel like you put a whammy when you look ahead, even though I'm not getting ready or prepared to play the game. Would it be Mario facing his old team of Oregon and the way that thing ended? Or would it be Mendoza coming back here where he grew up, Indiana, playing against the Miami Hurricanes? Both great stories.
I don't think it's going to matter. I think Indiana's the better team. I was shocked how good they were, man, against Alabama.
Oof.
Boy, they beat their asses.
They beat them.
That was, I didn't know how good
they beat them
man.
up. Oh, and they beat them up.
Yep.
Beat them every way possible. Yes.
Yep. Because they didn't exactly play the most brutal schedule either during the season, but yep, they put it on them pretty good. I'm guessing they beat Oregon, right? I would think they got a pretty good shot to win that game.
Yeah, they do. They're about business, man. By the way, that coach, he's phenomenal. They pick up on him. And by the way, they're well coached. They're trying little things, and those guys don't move. They are well coached. To ever make Alabama look that bad in a playoff game. And they did. They kicked their ass. Hey, the other thing is we got a lot to get to. The Dolphins, you know the story. And by the way, there's a lot of work to do. There's nobody can disagree with me that there is a lot of work from the top down to do. Not just getting blown out yesterday after a 17-10 game at the half, and Borregales hits a long field goal to make it a 7-point game, but you just got hammered again in the third quarter, which is a problem another problem for another day, really, in the big picture. So right now, it goes back to the Troy Aikman talk, and he's going to be the key consultant to help him find potential general managers. And he's been around the league and everything, and I'm guessing some of Mr. Ross will be in. Stephen Ross will be involved. Some of his family members may be involved. Dan Marino will be involved. Anyway, I thought it was interesting, a guy that's really close and is part of the club, not a Hall of Famer, but knows Dan Marino and Troy Aikman real well, and he's been part of the NFL for a long, long time. Boomer Esiason on a show in fan radio about the Dan Marino-Troy Aikman situation.
What about Mike McDaniel? Has he gotten his job back?
It seems like he's keeping his job, man. And if they're hiring, they're hiring Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Troy Aikman knows the league. He does, Monday Night Football, talks to all these people, knows everybody within the league. But they're hiring him as a consultant as opposed to Dan Marino, who's already there as a consultant.
Yeah, they're going to work together. Collaboration.
You think they're going to collaborate together?
Those two guys, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that they like each other?
No, I think they like each other, but I would imagine if I'm Dan Marino, I'm like, what are we doing? We're bringing in Troy Aikman?
But is Dan like
It'd be one thing if Jerry Jones called up Troy.
Okay, but
It'd be like the Giants calling up Phil.
But
let's say the Jets called up Phil.
I do it.
I know.
I do it. This is a question I would have, though. Is Dan like locked in, or is he just like sort of there to be Dan Marino when they need him to be Dan Marino?
No, I think he's locked in. I think he's involved.
All right. Then, yeah, it would be awkward.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Well, I just figured Dan was like, that was just like, you throw him in the media guide and say Dan Marino's a part of it, but he's really just out there deep sea fishing somewhere.
It's the first thing I thought of was like, wow, that's really, I found it to be very interesting. Not that I don't think Troy would be able to do what they're asking him to do and just consult. I think there was a lot of talk about Troy possibly being a GM someday. Like there's a talk about Tom Brady or Peyton Manning being GMs.
Yeah,
but they don't want that job. That job requires an awful lot of time, and there's so much that goes into it. Like I would never want that job. I don't have the time, nor do I have the desire to ever want a job like that.
Would you send Dan a text about this? Like, what the F's going on, man?
No, I mean, from where I sit and from what I did, I just, there's egos involved.
All
right. By the way, I thought the same thing when I heard. First thought, as a guy that's friends with Dan Marino, my former teammate, my roommate, I thought the same thing. I thought, ooh, this ought to be interesting. I didn't call him. I just saw it. I went, okay. And then, it happened, and they're both going to be working part of this process going forward. But there are a lot of people, because I had a lot of people call me going, hey, how's Dan Marino taking this? He's fine. I was at dinner with him Saturday night. He's fine. Could have been handled better by the team. I don't know enough about it. I don't know. I don't even know where it's coming from. I don't know who
made the call to bring this guy in.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I truly don't know.
And the Texers are right. Like, I do agree with them bringing someone from the outside in to make. Like, I do agree with that.
No.
The issue I have is, what experience does he have doing this?
So I'm with you on that part. We need some fresh eyes to come in here, because whatever it is, this thing of just running through and, well, this guy's got a little different title, he's going to oversee it. No, he's been part of like the problem. If he's around it, you're part of it. If you're around it, like, I don't want to hear like, I told him that's not the guy to take. No, we should not give him the money. Did you really? Or does it just sound good? Does it just sound good because you want to make sure you're on the inside? And if they happen to clean house, if a new GM comes in here, you want to make sure like, hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. And we have we do a little bit of that when we let somebody go. It's like, hey, not us, man. We were good now. That dude was on his own. When somebody finally gets, let go. And by the way, Chris should have been first on the list, which I've been preaching for.
But to keep Mike sticking around here too is really weird, man.
Hey, man.
Like if you're going to clean house, you clean house. You're starting to bring in guys to start consulting and all. Like Mike, whether you like Mike or not, I mean, it's like, don't you just have to rip the Band-Aid off? I would have done it after the game.
So my take is this on that, because you guys asked me, is it going to happen today? Because it's Black Monday and coaches and coordinators and some GMs are going to start getting canned. Coordinators, head coaches, and GMs are. This is not a great day. Not a great 24 hours for them. We saw it already in Atlanta. What already happened? But here's the thing. I think it's pretty clear that Stephen Ross really likes Mike McDaniel, number one. And number two, I believe, I might be wrong, the GM coming in is his first question is going to be, so your coach is still here. My personality is completely different, or my style is different. Or is it one of these, hey, Mike, Tua is your guy. Can you make it work? Yeah, I can make it work. Is it? So I don't know. That's the part I don't know. And we don't know, but I'd like to think that the GM, if you get your number one guy you want, and you're going, that's the guy, but hey, there's 3 or 4 other teams, and for us to get him, he's going to want total control starting right now.
That's the one most important thing, is that they move on from, at the very least, they move on from the quarterback.
Well,
I don't care what it costs. I don't care what it does to your franchise.
I have trouble.
Denver figured it out.
So ask me my gut feeling on Tua. I'll just answer.
Is it still the same that he's going to be back next year?
I know. I don't think so.
Okay.
The fact that they benched him the last 3 games and he's just standing over there.
You cannot have him open around the sidelines.
No.
As your emergency.
He gets his money.
Third string quarterback.
By the way, gets the money. It's his. The contract's done. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed against poor play too. And sitting on the bench. But I was just thinking of all the awkward things, and you got these exit meetings and you've got these physicals. So the coaches are going to be around and talk to their players and stuff. Like, what's that meeting like? Does Mike say, hey, Tua, hey, I appreciate everything. Is he honest with them? Like, you got worse as the year went on? Because Don Shula was brutally honest at the end of the year.
What does it matter, though, at this point, though? Mike doesn't even know if he's going to be working here tomorrow.
Yeah, but his job is to act like he is.
I know, but it's a very strange situation, man.
Well, I don't think they're letting Mike go right now.
Yeah, not right now, it seems like.
But
it's a strange situation.
The urgency is, before you get to that, is you got to get the GM in place. You have to. If you're going to run this, truly run it, and not keep the head coach, but get rid of the GM and get rid of this. Like, you need to start at the top and put a guy in charge. And he's got to be in charge. He's got to be in charge. And he's got to, when he goes in, he got to have a plan. Like, hey, this is the way we did it in Philadelphia. This is the way we did it in Kansas. So whoever the hot assistant GMs are. That's what I'm thinking. You thinking that too?
Yeah.
What
I'm actually trying to think of is how that meeting would go between Mike and Tua if it happens today, which I guess it would, right? Like Mike sits him down. He's like, hey, listen, I don't know if I'm going to be back. I didn't do a very good job either.
Oh,
we don't know if you're going to be back.
Sure, Mike does.
You suck too. Like, I how do they leave that?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll let you know if you're still here.
Let me ask you another one.
Man, is it weird?
Because we got, by the way, it's going to filter down once we get this in place, and the GM and what you're doing, the head coach, and obviously the quarterback, because that's going to be right up there with what's going on with Tua. But then you got decisions on guys like Austin Jackson and James Daniels. Austin Jackson missed another game yesterday. He missed 11 games this year as a right tackle. In 2024, he missed 9 games. He's missed 20 games in 2 years. And when he plays, he's a good player. James Daniels played a couple of snaps and missed the rest of the year. James Daniels, like, hey, when he meets with Butch today to go over everything, because he's under contract, go ahead. Butch goes, hey, man, honestly, I'm checked out on you, man. You're I don't have final say, but I know what I'll recommend. Like, you 401k this, man. You're the 401k guy of the year. James Daniels played a few snaps, and that was it for the year. That was our big free agent getter, right guard. Remember, he was going to be the guy. Where is he now?
The problem with letting this drag on another season, this past season, right? You didn't make all the changes. Ross sent out the letter, and we're not changing anything. The problem now is, Barry had this yesterday. It's like we had another year of this. They will not be good next season. They are not going to all of a sudden snap their fingers and become a playoff contending team.
I don't disagree.
So you got at least another year of crap and mediocrity.
You have to go your whole draft class, probably 3 or 4 rookie free agents you have to keep on your team. And then everything again in free agencies on the cheap. And then you have money to sign a few guys that deserve new contracts. What do you do there?
Well, here's the other kicker, too, is you're going to be picking out of the teams that need quarterbacks. I think you're third in line, right? At the very least. You're third in line. You got the Jets and the Raiders.
By the way, there's a 4-hour show. Like, you don't pick high enough to get if you're in love with Oregon or Indiana.
Oh, you don't get to take part in that because you wanted to win.
Huh?
You wanted to win games.
I do want to win
games.
Take part of that. Winning's important.
But yeah,
or you get games like yesterday where people are bitching it, except your ugly ass in there because you don't care about it. You truly don't care about it.
Yesterday was a red zone day. What do you think? You think they were going to win that game?
Care about winning.
So
You've never cared,
man.
You checked
Yesterday's
out. Yesterday's
game was
ago.
weird. I see people that are like upset that they got blown out. What do you expect?
They should be.
Of course, they're going to get blown out in that
game.
They
should be. Nobody wants to see a team run all over our defense like that.
Oh.
The
Patriots got really good and you didn't.
No, that's
true.
You
got to live with that.
We got to go to break, but hey, keep your thoughts, Mr. Competition.
But do you want to? Let me ask you: do you want to take?
Can we do it when you get back?
Best quarterback?
Can you hold your friggin'? I don't know how they feel about the third quarterback. I've already asked that question.
The Alabama guy, right?
I don't know. Not everybody's sold on. Not everybody's sold on.
Should we stay away from Alabama quarterbacks?
We should stay away from the love affair that we've had in Alabama for a long time. Maybe we should try that. Chris Greer had this love affair. If it's close, it's Alabama. Hey, right now I want to talk to you about Baptist Health South Florida, man. I got to talk to you about great sports medicine program, great doctors. Man, those guys are just so good. It's one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. They take care of Inter Miami, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU. What a program, man. I'm talking about great doctors. I'm talking about specialists for every part of the body. And I'm talking about bringing in some top-notch doctors for the knee, anything to do with the knee, to shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip, and knee replacement doctors, Achilles doctors. Hey, man, they do it all. They've seen it all. So whether it's you and you're competitive or your kids or your wife playing tennis, whatever it might be, pickleball's hurting a lot of people. Stay away from pickleball right now. Whatever it might be, man, with 3 great facilities and all those great doctors, it truly is one of the best sports medicine programs in the country. You don't have to go somewhere else because you know some doctor in California, you're going to wait 3 months. Go to Baptist Health South Florida Sports Medicine Program. Hey, they got 3 great facilities, Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium right next to the training facility, and also 595 in Pine Island in Plantation, my favorite place. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day for all our great doctors. Get you back out playing the sports you love the most.
WQAM broadcasting live.
time with family. I could have done better, Woody. I'm not. My effort was good, but
could have been worse than mine. I was sitting doing a post-game show till 2 a.m. while they were out at the party at the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
So they were not not
man,
thrilled with me either.
One thing about the holidays, sports don't take off.
That's true.
Especially that.
I was happy to be doing it.
The old National Football League, they love the big holidays when there's lots of butts in front of TVs, man.
Yeah. But that was quite a post-game show, man. We're talking about a win over Ohio State.
How great was that?
It was awesome.
What a great Wednesday
It's the biggest football win we've had in this town in 20-something years.
It is.
Not even close.
It is. It was that big.
It's the biggest win since the Dolphins won a playoff game in 2000. What was it? 1 or something like that? Is that when it was? I don't know.
I don't know, but the way that thing started, and you're going, besides the fumble, man, you were just like, holy smokes, they're moving this thing. And they're putting pressure right off the bat. Those guys are struggling to block the guys on the outside. Hey, you know the other story for me that's really interesting, besides these guys obviously want to win the whole thing, they're not in to get to, is the stock of some of these guys. Like Keontae Scott can't play any better, right? I didn't know anything. I literally went over. I was sitting in my hotel room, and I go, Keontae Scott, man, I'm going to go look up what the pros are saying about him, because all he does is make plays. He's a great tackler, and a pick six, great instincts to just shoot, just hits it on that play. Read it like a third grade book, man. I mean, he jumped that thing and off and running and talking trash Ohio State while he's running. It was beautiful, beautiful. But I'm curious about Mesidor and all those guys, because they continue, no matter who they play against, to make a lot of plays. I think we know the Ruben Bain thing for everybody that's whatever. And Ruben, you're going to have a lot. The higher you get picked, they critique your game more, right? He's this. I wish he had longer arms. He was taller. But this guy, he's just killing guys. He makes that play. They're blocking him to the outside. He grabs the tackle and the runner and makes this ridiculous play. It was a Superman play.
Yeah, well, I thought Ruben impacted the pick six too. He kind of came off the edge there, and I think he kind of forced the quarterback into a throw that he probably shouldn't have made there.
There was
as well, but
and the other thing, they let him play a little bit. Were you all right?
Yeah, there
with
were
that?
No penalties in that game. Yeah,
there was holding. Holding was going on everywhere.
Of course, I'm good with it.
And I thought, hey,
there's a few things that are a little questionable here and there, like a spot of a ball.
Yeah.
But
yes,
they, by the way, should have to explain those things. I'm guessing they do to the people at UM, right? Like, don't they? There should be a little transparency.
I don't know.
If you're going to review a call, let's just explain to us how you got to that
Woody,
conclusion.
Woody,
especially when you got a guy in the broadcast booth that's telling you you're wrong.
Yeah, no, that there's a lot of that going on. But hey, Woody, it's 24-14 win. You were about that as an underdog, and you end up with a nice 2-score game.
You know what's crazy? Like they lose to SMU, and now a month and a half later, you're favored in the semifinal game.
Yeah,
to get to the championship. You wouldn't have thought that.
I thought the Pittsburgh game, they really, we're going, what's it going to look like? It's physical. It's going to be cold. They went out there like it was, they played like it was 80 degrees out and got after it. I mean, from start to finish. And I went, wow, this will be interesting. If they get in, they are playing better. Some will say they ran it up to make it look better than it was in one of the games. But they just started playing, and they're getting it from everywhere. They are got guys.
Well, look, whatever you think of the competition they played the last month of the season, you don't think those teams are good, that's fine. They just beat two really good teams that deserve to be in the playoff for sure.
So the other thing you said, Woody, I wanted to give you credit about something, and I didn't realize it was 25 days Ohio State had off. So they come on the national shows the next day, and they go, hey, Miami beat the you-know-what out of them. They're coming off a competitive game against A&M, and Ohio State's sitting home and obviously not going the speed that UM was playing for 3.5 weeks. they looked, and they're talking that's something they're going to have to change. 25 days off is too many days. I agree.
Didn't only one of the teams win that had the bye? Indiana, right?
Well, Indiana, they don't care. You can give them 9 months off, and they're going to come
Apparently.
back.
I was shocked how good they were.
But anyway,
That's a wild story, too, that Indiana thing. Take a step back and look at that thing.
Yeah, it's great. The guy's a good coach.
There's 4 schools in this thing left that are like new blood in this. And I know Oregon's had their runs or whatever, but like these are 4 programs that are not the traditional teams to be in this thing at this point.
I think we can thank Lane Kiffin for the Ole Miss thing, because I think those guys, I think Lane tried to take make it about him at Ole Miss.
Yep. No, they play fiery, man.
Then he came out and got caught in a big lie that all the players were calling him, please stay, and we want you to coach, and we're going to talk to the athletic director. And the AD comes out and says, they never talked to me. And then the players came out and said, go coach at LSU. We're fine.
Quarterback, that's an amazing story,
plan.
Man. Guy was in Division II. And he looks really good.
He is good.
Yep.
He makes some great throws. Oh, hey, listen. He did Lane Kiffin put together a hell of a team.
He did.
He gets credit there. And by the way, LSU is going to get real good real fast. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think that was
real good.
I think
fast.
LSU would be good regardless of who's coaching, but I think they have a lot of resources over there.
I got to tell you, go 9-3. You won't keep that job at LSU very long. 9-3 is not. You can do that at Cal and Stanford and 9-3, and you get raises and all that.
This is why I thought the Lane
LSU.
Kiffin decision was so crazy to leave. He should have known he had a good enough team to make a run. I don't know.
I know why.
He may never be in that position again.
I just think the recruiting, he thinks he's got a better chance to.
Realize how hard it is to get to this point. Look at who Miami had to beat to get here.
I know.
You had to beat Texas A&M on the road and Ohio State.
Yep. Not
just
easy
to get here.
Yeah.
And you still got to win 2 more.
2 teams.
Right?
When you played them, each one had 1 loss.
Yeah.
That's 2 of the top teams, 1 in the SEC, 1 in the Big Ten.
And now you'd have to beat Ole Miss and probably Indiana to win a national championship and complete your NFL season.
Well, that's
a lot of games,
man. That's what they're looking at. But, hey, Woody, I don't feel as bad about it now because everybody's getting paid.
That's true.
Hey, we've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. Omar Kelly, I saw him yesterday after the game, seeing how he's holding up in that.
Did you see the picture of him at the rental car counter?
I did.
They recreated it.
I got a kick out of that. He played it up. You got to give the guy credit.
Omar gets it.
He got behind. Anyway, Omar Kelly will join us from up in Boston. We'll talk to him a little bit about the game. Hey, listen, man, there's just nothing to feel good about. There isn't. You get your ass kicked, which, by the way, I saw once we got there and I found out Wada wasn't playing. I knew Achan was doubtful and wasn't going to play. And then I find out Austin Jackson, a right tackle, is not going to play. And a couple days before that, Waller's put on IR, and I went, oh, boy, this is whew. And you find out the Patriots are going all in to win that game. And they weren't taking guys out till they knew what the situation was. And a combo of looking up and seeing Denver had that game under control and being up by 4 touchdowns might have had something to do with it too. Hey, I want to talk to you about my good friend Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Had an amazing offer for you. It's called the Hometown Heroes Program. He's helping first responders such as law enforcement, healthcare professionals, educators, firefighters, and military vets with up to $35,000 in closing costs and down payment assistance with low fixed rates and no prepaid penalties. Give Michael Kotze a call or text him at 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. If this sounds like it could be you, again, 561-441-2730. Learn more about the Hometown Heroes program. Hey, Michael Kotze's about getting you a mortgage quickly when you need it. He's also about getting you the best rates. If debt consolidation is the thing you're going through and need it quickly, hey, man, he gets these mortgages done where you can get your money, get some of the equity out of your home. This is what Michael Kotze's been doing for a long, long time, 30-plus years, actually, right here in South Florida. The man has no life. He's always working 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Today's topics
the forecast. So
good.
There you go.
Good. I'm going for it today. Little tennis.
0 inches expected.
Good. Let's see. Hopefully you get off to a good start on these when you do these.
Hopefully the forecast is better at home for you than 0 inches expected.
Well, I'll tell you what, nothing like a little snow when you wake up in the morning. You go out and grab a little breakfast, and there's a little snow. Snowed all morning. It was nice. Boston's nice.
You built a snowman?
No, I did not. I did not do that.
Okay.
Worried about not.
You have a snowball fight with Bo?
No, I did.
No.
I don't think Bo left.
He doesn't leave the room?
No, I think he's he likes staying
not
inside.
A snow guy?
No, I think he's trying to stay away from it. Anyway, what do you got for us, Woody? You got anything?
That's it. I was going to do we'll have to do our Heat giveaway later on in the show here. We're going to do that later if we can. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, by the way, we haven't talked much about this. What a great game last night with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Are you kidding? Oh, my gosh. I'm sitting there watching on coming home.
I was waiting for you to see when Lamar Jackson's coming here. Can we make a move on that? What do you think?
They're not. Why would they let him go?
Change the scenery? I don't know.
Come on. Really?
Not winning anything over there.
You still think he's really good, right?
Man, really good is maybe a stretch at this point in his career.
Really? Do you see the play that he makes going off the guy's got him dead to rights on a sack?
Yes.
Another guy steps up.
I also saw a lot of plays he didn't make last night. Joe, they should have won that game. They should have won that game. Pittsburgh's offense without DK Metcalf is a mess.
So how did they score so much? When
they did.
When that defense wasn't that good. Talk about some easy broken coverage on one down the sideline. Anyway, you say whatever you want.
No, he's still very good. He'd be better than anything we've had here in quite a long time. But
Lamar is still one of the top 5 or 6 guys every day of the week. Now, he comes back next year and he can't run like he used to and all that. I think he's banged up. I think he's taking a beating.
That's the problem.
But he's 28 years old.
Well,
who's getting rid of a 28-year-old guy?
So top 5 is funny, right? Because you're going to leave Mahomes and Allen in there, right?
Yep.
Those guys are locks to stay in there. What do you start doing with some of these, some of the new blood out there, like the Drake Mays?
Drake Mays moving. Yeah.
What about Caleb Williams?
Not yet.
They had quite a comeback yesterday. So they're hosting the Packers.
He's gotten really good. Coaching matters. By the way, coaching matters. Look at what they've done with him.
Where do you put Trevor Lawrence in the mix on all this?
I got to see more. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. I know everybody's got to go in the Super Bowl now because
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. By the way, they play the Bills.
But
that ought to be an interesting game.
Hey, we got some fun games though that could go either way. The Bills at Jacksonville could be a great game. San Francisco at Philly, they're going to be feisty. Texans at Steelers. Texans should win that game. Texans should beat the Steelers. That defense, he might not see the end of that game. That Texans defense is pretty damn good.
So the good thing about these games is the only game that has a big spread is the Rams and Panthers. That's a 9.5-point spread.
That should be.
At Carolina, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is all right. I think the Panthers have a shot in that game. But everything else is really close.
I'm surprised.
Everything else is like a field goal.
Rams just kind of fell apart here at the end of the year. I was shocked because
that game was weird yesterday. So they almost lost outright. And then they scored a bunch at the end, but
they were that was
a strange
game.
The
MVP. There's no clear-cut MVP. You agree with that, right? Some years you go, that guy's got to get it. Like
who's
Lamar.
Yours? Yeah, who do you got? You give it to Drake May?
Still might give it to the guy playing for the Rams.
Stafford?
Yeah. But I got to tell you,
he led the league.
Drake
in yards,
May,
I guess, yeah.
I saw Drake May last year and then the start of this season and last year when he had zero talent around him. That was the worst roster in football. And now I've seen it with a really good coach, a really good free agent class of guys they brought in, and a draft class where 3 or 4 of their guys are starting. And he looks like a top 5 or 6 quarterback. Now, some people, I heard guys, oh, no, Bo Nix. And I get the Bo Nix thing, and they are the number 1 seed. But I don't know, man. If you've seen them both play, would you rather have Bo Nix or Drake May?
Drake May, I think
me too.
Is the better of the two. He's really good, man. He is very, very impressive. And that, to be honest, it's probably, and I ask things, but it's probably the best story in the NFL, what the Patriots did this year.
Yeah.
Right? Probably the best story in the entire league.
I'm not crazy about their wide receiver group of guys. Stephon Diggs runs a lot of short stuff.
Yeah.
But they make it work, man. And he keeps plays alive. How many guys had a chance to sack him yesterday? And he takes off and either runs or keeps the play alive and throws it down the field. He's nobody's improved from one. Well, Caleb's up there too. I shouldn't say that. Caleb's another one that's making a lot of great throws.
I just don't know if that guy's out there where you're going to be picking in this draft, man. You're going to get the third quarterback off the board.
I don't think we have.
And if that's the Alabama quarterback,
if you're to
I'll pass.
If you're to ask right now, hey, what are we doing if we're moving on from Tua, which we should?
Well, let's assume for discussion's sake that we are moving on from Tua.
I don't know what you do. Like, what's your game plan?
Yeah. Well, I guess you fill the gaps for 1 year, you bottom out, and then you try to end up with the first pick the following year, right?
I don't know. You could be in for a rough year though.
You're definitely going to be in for a rough year. I think regardless of what happens.
Can I tell you quarterbacks who jumped up that can play, that you can come back and start? He can start. Where do you think I'm going on that?
I have no idea.
The Dolphins played him, and he made a great throw with a chance to beat the Dolphins, and his number 1 receiver drops the ball going down the sideline in the end zone. That kid Shuck with the Saints can play. He can play.
I know you like him. I know.
I do.
He runs too. He's strong. Yeah, he's got a big arm.
He obviously could use a little more talent around him.
Sure.
He dropped the pass in there yesterday. I just have to see some of the highlights, and pretty good.
Well, you got to find that guy, man.
No, we got to find him.
I know if he's out there.
I don't know the Saints. The Saints may have. Where are we? What again? This goes back to the frustration of how the hell do we get into this situation when it seemed like just yesterday we were giving out all these extensions on these contracts for all this money, and here we are right now. GM's already been let go. Trying to figure out 2 of his top guys have been with him forever, have been let go, which they should have. It's time to get some new thoughts in there, some new eyeballs, as we like to say. And now the search starts for the new general manager. Troy Aikman's going to bring in some names, and I guess they're going to have the rest of them, whoever. We're going to find out hopefully today or tomorrow who's going to be sitting in on that those meetings.
Well, the first thing I would be doing today is, I don't know, whoever works over there, Troy Aikman, whoever the hell works over there, calling and seeing how I can move up to that first pick. Let's see how in love they are with Mendoza. How nice of a fit would that be?
I think he's gone.
Well, yeah, of course you're not going to be able to get him, but just, I don't know, maybe they're not in love with him over there, and they say, all right, we'll trade picks with you guys, but it's going to cost this.
I think they like him.
I'm sure they do, but I would at least try.
You see how I said I think they like him, because I don't want to make it sound like somebody told me anything. So I think they like him.
Well, of course they like him. He's the Heisman Trophy winner. He's really good.
Anyway, we've got more. Hey, I got an idea too. If Dan Marino is in and meeting and he's evaluating quarterbacks and he likes one, maybe we ought to consider it. That's all. Maybe we should consider if he knows what they're supposed to look like. It's in his body. He knows.
He can at least tell you the personality of the guy fits.
Yeah, he can say, "Ooh, he's got a little to him. I like that." Yeah, that would be nice. Hey, all right, we've got Omar Kelly going to join us coming up here in just a few minutes. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Now on the McDonald's app, you can get a 69-cent hamburger or cheeseburger on Sundays and Wednesdays, or 99-cent 6-piece chicken McNuggets on Mondays. How about that? Just download the McDonald's app and tap for great deals. Make your week a little easier with a deal days at McDonald's. Right now, the McDonald's app, you can grab a hamburger or cheeseburger for just 69 cents on Sundays and Wednesdays. Monday, well, you can snag a 6-piece chicken McNuggets for only 99 cents. McDonald's app, deal days happening right now.
733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with the Hurricanes, we'll head up to Arizona today for their semifinal matchup with Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Thursday's game will kick at 7:30, and it can be heard right here on WQAM with our countdown to kickoff beginning at 3. Over to the Dolphins, whose season ended with a 38-10 loss to the Patriots. The Dolphins will finish with a 7-10 record and the 11th pick in the draft. To the Heat, who blew out the Pelicans 125-106. Norm Powell had 34. Miami will now hit the road to take on Minnesota tomorrow night. And to the Panthers, who beat Colorado 2-1. Next up, the Cats will head to Toronto tomorrow night. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Yeah, you know, the conversations, I'll stay consistent with the conversations that I have with ownership. I won't opine on, but, you know, I think I'm operating the same exact way that I always have, which is no one's entitled to anything. I take the job serious, and so I will aggressively attack the job tomorrow, and like every day that I have the job, because I think it's supremely important to not minimize your responsibility and what people need from you. So I think realistically, I know I understand the question and appreciate it, but I'm going to keep my conversations with ownership to myself and ownership.
All right, Mike McDaniel talking a little bit about his situation with it's here, Black Monday. Not a great day for head coaches, general managers, and coordinators. Those are the ones who'll take the big hit, and then we'll have the big list coming out, the big list of hottest coordinators in the game and hottest assistant GMs right now, and the best organizations that have been really solid, and we'll find out what happens and what Troy Aikman comes. It sounds weird. What Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame Dallas Cowboy quarterback, consultant, comes up with for some names for the whoever is going to sit in front of and interview the general managers that come in, potential general managers that come in, and Dan Marino will be part of that. I'm guessing Mr. Ross is going to still want to, Stephen Ross is going to want to be involved. They're throwing out his son-in-law's name. I've heard Tom Garfinkel's name. I don't know. Brandon Shore's name. I don't know of a few people that are going to get a chance to interview people for the job. I just want to make sure we get a fresh start. That's it, man. I just want a fresh start, and people that have been around here for a long time that have been part of this, it's just time. It's whether you like him or not. Oh, he's a great guy. I enjoyed. I think he's good at what he does. Well, I got to bring in new blood. Got to get some new eyeballs. You talk about Troy Aikman having fresh eyeballs from the outside to help us get out of this funk. What about the funk that's on the inside of this organization with people that have been around? Is it just going to be Chris Greer and that's it? I love it. I've seen it already. I saw it. I can't remember. I think it was Cam at NFL Network might have had this thing. And it had to come from somebody in the organization. There's just no way. And it was like, yeah, Chris wanted to do a lot of things, and Brandon Shore fought him to the end. He fought him down to the end about, no, we should not do this. Oh, this is new. It's a good time, though, because it is save your ass job. Save your ass time. It's that time of the year again. And, you know, I get it, man. These are great jobs. But I was like, wow, this is a weird one to come out with. And, you know, again, I just, you know, we just got to look at everything, man. That's it. And most of this does go on Chris Greer. It does. And he's gone, so nothing you can do. We kept him too long. Yes, we did. We kept him too long. More and more stuff has come out, and more reasons that, and again, he's just not a leader of men. He's just not. He's probably a really good scout. We say some guys are just good coordinators, but not good head coaches. There's some guys that just, you look at him and you go, that guy's a leader, man. That guy's a leader. That guy's got it. And some guys you go, ooh, he's still acting, like a coordinator. So I just, again, and if Troy Aikman can help us with his fresh eyes and his fresh take on everything and come up with some, the hottest names, and we're going, yeah, that's a good list. We like that list. And interview them and grab one, because there's a lot of work to be done. You got to make a decision on Mike, who's doing business as usual today with physicals and exit meetings that you have with your players. And then there's a big one that sits out there that's been sitting out there for 25 years. Who's the quarterback going to be? Who is the quarterback going to be? Where are you going to find him? Where are you going to find an upgrade? Or I don't think it's Quinn Ewers from what I've seen through 3 games.
Well, obviously not, right?
I don't know. I don't know what Mike's going to say about it. Listen, I'm not saying
it doesn't matter what Mike
I'm
says.
not saying he should be on the team. He probably should be on
unless
the
you're
team.
tanking next year. Which is possible, by the way.
I don't know, man. Tanking. I hate that.
Well, it depends.
Only
man.
you bring it. Why do you bring this up about tanking? You think they're going to try after the whole Brian Flores thing, the way that went, that they're going to, like, behind the scenes go, hey, we need a tank job? Come on. That was expensive. They don't want to. They don't want to do that, man. You just. I just don't know where he comes from. I have no idea. Is there somebody out there that's a backup quarterback that has a chance? Justin Fields thing sure didn't work out for the Jets. That worked out for about a quarter of the year. And they go, that's enough. No more. No more. We're done. That's it. We don't want to do this anymore. But we got to, hey, and there's going to be a lot of new faces on this team. There is going to be a lot of new faces on this team. Now, we got a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys yesterday that played in that game that played hard and played like this. Aaron Brewer, center. Zach Sealer. Bradley Chubb. Alec Ingold. Rasul Douglas. Jordan Brooks. Tyrell Dotson. There are a lot of guys. Now listen, they got blocked and but they played their ass off. Jack Jones played hard, played hurt, played like it was going to be their last game. They played old school. And I'm not saying they're all great players, but man, they gave you everything they could. Not ideal situation. You bring in Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas after you're in camp already, and these guys come in later, and they end up being 2 real durable players that you could count on that made a lot of plays and were involved. I have a lot of respect for those guys. I do. I wonder yesterday where there's some guys that could have played that didn't play. It's always going to be in the back of my mind. I get it. We're not going anywhere. You want to take a look, maybe it's some different guys. Great opportunity for Taj Washington and Theo Weiss and all the running backs and Dulcich got some playing time and, again, made some more big plays, and he's going to be back, and he should be back the way he played. But we got to upgrade this roster in a big, big way. We still have not done a good enough job in the draft. I have not seen our first-round pick 2 years ago, Chop Robinson, is not playing well enough for what we need. He's a first-round pick out of Penn State. And through 15 games that he played, he had a concussion, couldn't play yesterday. He's got 4 sacks. And some of those sacks he ran into because of Bradley Chubb, who had a ton of pressures. Could have easily had 13, 14 sacks. But he ran guys around into other guys that were able to get sacks from his pressures. And Chop's got to get more pressures, which equals more sacks. And I hope he's not happy with the way he played, because he took a step backwards after a big second half of the year where he had most of his 6 sacks a year ago. But, man, there is a lot of work to do, man. There's as much work to do on this team from top to bottom, who you keeping in the front. Well, at every level, which coaches you keeping, which front office members are going to make the cut, and then from there, the team and finding the quarterback. And you got to upgrade your receivers now. And there's a – by the way, outside of quarterback, I can't even tell you what the next biggest need is on the team. I really can't. There's a lot of places that need to be upgraded. Is it another safety? Is it a cornerback? Is it another pass rusher? Is it a guard? Is it a wide receiver? You can make an argument for all those with what, and then you gotta make some tough decisions on some guys. I wish there's a way you could keep Bradley Chubb. I hope there is. I hope they find a way to keep Bradley Chubb, because he got after it, man. He was motivated. That money, that incentive money, had that dude absolutely motivated to go out there and just get after it. He really did. All right, hey, listen, we got to go to break here. We still trying to track down Omar. All right, we found Omar. He'll join us next, so we'll have that for you. Hey, I want to talk to you about Beverly's Jewelers. I didn't go to Beverly's just once. I went twice over last month for the anniversary and then for Christmas. And, boy, I'll tell you what. So when I get there and I see Jeff and Amanda, that's father and daughter. Amanda's wonderful, can help you. Jeff's great. They're there. This thing's been going for a long, long time. They got this stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond. Man, if you're thinking about getting engaged, you got to go see this thing in person. VVS Clarity E-Color setting a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring for just $3,999. So you're sitting here saving all this money. Oh, my God, these diamonds are expensive. And then you go see this thing, and you are going, holy smokes, I'm in. 3-carat diamond ring, only $3,999. 4 guys I know have bought one there. 3 of them have told me, home run. So glad I did it. You can choose from your favorite shape, and larger sizes are available at similar savings. But hurry, man. This thing's not going to be around forever, and they're going fast. Beverly's Jewelers has a huge selection of diamond studs and tennis bracelets and fine jewelry with up to 70% off select pieces during, this time of the year. So if you need some extra holiday cash, Beverly's pays top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment. That's something you can get some money for. Plus, enjoy interest-free financing, free gift wrapping, and a great staff to make sure you get exactly what you need for the anniversary, the engagement, or any other special occasion coming up. Visit Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale off Commercial Boulevard or online at bevjewelers.com. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
The Miami Hurricanes are in the college football Final Four.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And saw him yesterday at the game. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, joins us this morning. Omar, how you doing?
I'm fine, Joe. I'm enjoying this cold weather a little bit. Not
me. That was cold. It wasn't as cold as that Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh, but it was chilly.
I agree with you. I'm like, I go through the whole Dolphin season just trying to avoid cold weather, just like the team. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Another game against a winning team that we didn't win. Hey, we got a lot of work to do. We might as well get right into it. Can you remember a time where a team from top to bottom has more work to do to try to clean this thing up ever?
2007. I think that was a pretty bad rebuild. Maybe 2011. You didn't have that many pieces left. You had to find a new quarterback. But in both instances, you weren't in cap hell. And I know this team isn't in cap hell because, they can cut 5 players and get to under 50, I think $55 million under the cap, the projected cap. But I will say this, that's with Tua on the roster, as a backup. Who has any clue what the plan is? I don't know. Releasing Tua, trading Tua, that's going to take away much of your capital. But if the Denver Broncos did it, you can do it too.
You agree? I think he need. Hopefully he retires, honestly. But he's getting his money. Like they need to let him go, don't they? Or
I don't know. I just watched him this week, and he wouldn't throw. I didn't see him completely during warm-up, but I saw him before practice, and he wasn't throwing. I don't know, Joe, man. I don't know. I would, nobody has ever said that this is something that's medical or injury related, but for your arm to lose for your arm to lose velocity, I guess, and that snowballs into you losing your confidence.
All tied together. I agree. All tied together. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, can he get it back? I asked Mike that last week, not naming Tua specifically because Mike would have danced around it because he doesn't really. Nobody. It's like the thing nobody talks about.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for weeks. Nobody will talk about Tua's arm. But it's. So Mike said that he can, basically said that a quarterback can get it back by working with getting his body better in shape and by working with a throwing coach. Yeah. And, if I'm Tua, I'm going back to what I used to do, who I used to work with. That includes Nick, trying to regain my mojo.
Yeah. That's an interesting one for another day. The whatever happened between Nick and Tua.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's get into some more stuff here. Troy Aikman is going to be the key consultant to go out and get some names. I'm guessing mostly assistant general managers that are in successful programs. What did you think when you heard that? I'm just curious.
Cool. I thought that they should have hired a consultant many, many times ago, primarily because they just don't have the connections to get good candidates to take jobs with them. I think, maybe they have, but if you had hired a consultant when you were going after Sean Payton, maybe you wouldn't have got slapped with tampering. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe there wouldn't be a text history between you and the agent. Maybe the consultant would have handled that. So I think it can't hurt. But the bottom line, and this is a column I wrote for the Miami Herald, even before the game, and it still stands. I trust no one in that organization. Tell me why I should trust anyone in that organization, Joe. And I asked this question to the game day crew, and they got no response. I'll ask you, Joe. Why should I trust anybody in the
I wouldn't trust anybody. At this point. It's spinning wheels in the mud, and we're stuck. And whatever comes out or anybody ever says, and unnamed sources say this or unnamed source, like, okay, I feel like I've heard some of this before. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm really down on this whole thing, and I'm potentially down on who's going to be involved in it. So
yeah. I mean, we got a new party in terms of the son-in-law.
Yes.
We've got Brandon Shore, who I don't think was part of the last search committee. I'm going to keep my opinions up to myself because I get in trouble when I give my opinions of Brandon Shore and the salary cap situation, which the Dolphins have done horribly with their books for the last couple
so
years.
why does Brandon Shore get a hall pass? That's what I'll say it. Like, why?
Because there's other things that he does, which I'm assuming he does very well.
I'm sure he's great with money, like giving money to everybody.
No. That when I say that, it's Chris had control over how much of the contract. Brandon just supposedly put them together based on the framework, and
that's his job. That sounds like his job, but I don't want to hear people writing that like he was fighting like, Chris, this is bad. We should not do this.
Brandon sure doesn't know football. And, I hope that's not disrespectful, but
no, he doesn't. I said the same thing 19 times last week. It's like Brandon Shore, like all of a sudden I see his name popping up in the middle of this. And I'm like, hey man, this is football. Like this is scouting and background checks. This is not how smart you are.
You need to know. You need to be able to identify an alpha male because the football players are the toughest, roughest groups of individuals that maybe hockey players might challenge them, but they are the toughest, roughest group of 50 individuals that you will find in the city. And you need to find a coach that can motivate them, inspire them, coach them, create game strategies. And you've done this 5 times and you pretty much sucked at it 5 times. So what makes me believe anything is going to be different? Because you don't get it. You don't know. And there are no big fish like Sean Payton. I was told by one of his former players, like this regime, they would have struggled with Sean Payton because Sean Payton's basically shut up and sit in the corner kind of coach.
Well, we have not had that for a while where it's gotten like, hey, you guys stay in your lane. Don't get in ours. I don't want anybody tattletelling on anybody else. We're keeping peace and love, and we're doing it my way. And this is what I'm doing. I'm jumping over the top. We're going to go get this guy, and this is why, because I friggin' think he's really good.
And don't answer to nobody. Now, we wanted it, and that was a smart thing to do. Right now, unless John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin get fired, and I honestly wouldn't make any decision on Mike, not even now. I wouldn't make any decision on Mike until the GM gets hired. And I say that everybody keeps talking about Mike is safe, Mike is safe, Mike is safe. The last time you went for a GM search, which was Dennis Hickey, 3 other individuals turned you down because you forced them to take a coach, and they basically had no say in that. Have you learned from your mistake?
Yeah.
If no, okay, cool.
By the way, that's a good one, and I agree because we got people. Mike should be fired today. I go, no, man, go through the process. The GM is the most important job. He got a lot. The GM got a lot of work ahead of him, starting with the head coach and the quarterback.
Absolutely.
By the way,
Mike, evaluate the system, evaluate the program, see what's going on. Talk to Mike about his third quarter. I mean, 130-27 third quarter differential. Yeah. Like Joe, like come on, man.
It's hard to do.
I forgot what the numbers of you against playoff teams is, but it's also astronomically horrible.
Yeah.
You're forced, you winning games when trailing at the half, horrible. Those are all 3 things that coaches do. That's a coach's job, not a player's job. That's a coach's job. And you don't do it.
So Mike has no answers for the I listen after, and when you guys ask him like, hey Mike, another Looked like a repeat of Monday Night Football against the Steelers. What happened with the Patriots? And it's happened like 3 or 4 other times. Come out and we get smoked, and the numbers are like crazy.
Quarter,
yeah, terrible in the third. And he says, that's something we got to work on. Now he's saying, I got to fix it in the offseason.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. It would have been nice if you fixed it during the season, but I guess he's got to talk to other coaches and figure out what the strategy is. Like, hey, what do you do at halftime? Because I can't do anything at halftime. I can't inspire my troops. They come out cold and they give up 130 points to 27.
Yeah, that's hard to do. 27 points in third quarter. You start breaking that down over 17 games. Like, ouch. That's a rough one. Hey, so as we look at this, I'm just curious, where do we find a quarterback if we all agree we've moved on from Tua? Where's the next quarterback that we could play with, knowing we're picking 11? We're not going to get the top 2 guys. They're going to be long gone. What are your thoughts? Is it somebody playing backup right now?
Maybe you go free agency with Malik Willis. It totally depends on who the general manager is. I heard yesterday from one of my favorite talent evaluators that he kicked the tires on Anthony Richardson. And he explained why he would kick the tires on Anthony Richardson, which is, he basically was like, those quarterbacks that absolutely hit rock bottom, look at them 3 years later from where they are, and they all pretty much bounce back, most of them. So maybe that's the approach.
I don't know about that one. I'm off that one, but go ahead. Go ahead. I got you.
That requires really good quarterback coaching, and that's the one thing, which is why people don't understand why Mike is still here. Mike is still here because he's a really good quarterback coach, and those are hard to find. I mean, let's not act like Tua was trash for 6 years, because he wasn't. Tua's arm died on him. That's why we are where we are.
It looked like the whole body died on him. It's funny you said that. It kind of looks like everything, right? And by the way, with his physical limitations, I think it's affected his confidence. That's why we don't see him. Like, I never see him throw. But when he does come out and throw, he very seldom lets it rip in warm-ups. And I'm like, this is weird. The other guys are out there letting it rip and warming up, and
I haven't seen him throw all week, and that makes me suspect that he shut the arm down. I don't know, Joe. I can't. Tua's the only one that can really clarify this, because the Dolphins ain't touching it. So and Tua has nothing wrong with me. Okay, and it sounds like more like denial.
Yeah. Hey, so let's talk about this for just a second. Besides the quarterback position, we obviously need to upgrade the whole roster. It needs work.
Yeah,
what would be the next position up for you, everything being equal in talent in the draft at 11 for you if you can't get a quarterback? What position would be your number one priority from what you've seen?
Well, you got to do 2 things to create cap space for yourself, and that's cut Bradley Chubb and cut Tyreek Hill. Chubb, maybe you restructure. I don't know. He restructured last time and got walked away with like $12 million. So, hey, maybe he does it again. So you got to do those 2 things. If you cut Chubb, you're left with Chop Robinson as your only pass rusher on the roster.
That's not a good start.
That sits at the top of the list. Rasul Douglas and Jack Jones, they're both free agents. Cater's a free agent as well. You don't have a starting cornerback right now on your roster. Minkah Fitzpatrick should really play safety. So if he's back, because I don't really have a confidence level that he's going to be back, because Minkah could force his way out of here. It is what it is. This is business time. So you don't have a secondary. You don't have a cornerback. You probably don't have a secondary, because Dante Trader didn't start or play significant minutes in the last couple of games. So you don't have a secondary. You don't have pass rushers. Offensive line, I know you need to do more, but they were pretty good. You definitely need to re-sign Cole Strange. Running back, you're cool. I don't know how you feel about Jalen Wright as the number 2 or not, but I'm not with it. But no offense to Jalen. If you'd done a better performance.
I think we need
yesterday.
another wide receiver because Tyreek Hill's not coming back. That's got to be up there.
No, you know what? I actually think Tyreek Hill wants to come back and will come back at a discount, a significant discount. I don't know what it's going to be.
No, thank you.
And I don't know. Oh, no, thank you.
Not for me. No.
Okay, all right. I mean,
first of all, I got to physically see it, and I know he is physical
absolutely.
freak of nature.
He is a physical freak of nature,
and I agree. I'm not arguing with the things he can do, but I got to see that number one and number two.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go through the 24 hours a day? Here we go again.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, Joe. I mean, and if Mike is back, Mike is going to go. Mike leans on what he knows, and that's maybe the next GM doesn't allow him to, but we're Cedric Wilson in it. Like, bro, we lean on what we know.
Yeah.
So we lean on comfort and familiarity, and remember how long it takes these guys to evaluate to learn his offense. And I will say this, and this I could put this on Chris Greer, even though Mike has some influence on it. Name me the free agent wide receiver that has actually hit for the Dolphins during the last 4 years.
Oh, yeah. No,
that list is pretty bad.
Well, I'll tell you, there's as you said, we just it was a teaser. It was nothing more than an appetizer for all the work they have ahead of them for sure. Omar, thanks, man. Have a good flight home. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald joining us here to just get started. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff. I don't believe, by the way, any shot Tyreek Hill's back. None. But I tell you what, Atlantic Men's Clinic, I love talking about you, man. For every guy out there, and it will happen to every man out there, white, black, big man, small man, it doesn't matter. ED and low T are going to hit you. And when they do, how are you going to handle it? First, it's your energy level. It's shot. All of a sudden, all that energy when you were active on the weekends and going on active vacations are gone. And you're, not this year. I'm tired. I'm going to watch TV more and gain some weight and eat the same amount, but not exercise. 15, 20 pounds you gain. And then ED kicks in. Oh, the sex drive is gone as well. You got a big problem. Low T and ED kick in. It can mess with you, man. I know it did with me 2 years ago because I got it fixed. Thank you, Atlantic Men's Clinic. Unbelievable results. Got the PSA test, set up that appointment, met with their professional staff. Man, I got to tell you, got on the program right away. They looked at the numbers, put me on a program, and I'm going strong, man. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, 1 close to you. I go to Plantation, brand new one in Hollywood. Call them today if this sounds like you and you want to do something about it. I called it the great Christmas gift. You can just call it a great gift to yourself if you have to. 877-455-7300. Visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Get more information, but I promise you this, man, it works, and it works fast.
WQA.
Hey, welcome back, and good morning to everybody out there. Again, if you're just joining us, happy holidays. Hope everybody had a few days off and got to spend some time with family and chasing that little lady around a little bit. Always very important, very, very important to spend some time with your loved ones. So, Woody, we have all kinds of stuff going on here. We got University of Miami football that's just been a great story. Think about what has happened there. On the outside looking in to get in the playoffs after the two losses that they had, Louisville and SMU. Not looking good, right? Not looking good. And then all of a sudden, this head-to-head competition with Notre Dame worked. So they kept Alabama in, which a lot of people, now that they've had a chance to see it, saying maybe they shouldn't have been in. But they're an SEC team, and everybody knows the SEC is going to get the most teams. That's the way it's going to work. So Notre Dame's out. Miami gets in. And then they find out, hey, you're in. You get to go to Texas A&M, who also beat Notre Dame. You guys going to open with them at Texas A&M. One-loss team in the SEC. They beat them. Low-scoring, windy game. Now everybody's going, oh, you got Ohio State. Oh, this is going to be, Ohio State's the most talented team by way of guys that are going to get drafted. They're got a whole bunch of guys that are going to fill up that mock draft. All your favorite mock drafts coming up over the next few months. They're going to have a lot of guys going. And Jeremiah Smith, if he was eligible, he'd be the first receiver taken in the last 2 years. But he's not. He's got one more year left. And you saw how good he is in the game. He was unbelievable. They beat him. They actually dominated him. It wasn't like, wow, we got lucky. No, they got after him. So now it gets interesting. Down to a Final Four, Ole Miss, who pulls a big upset over Georgia in a shootout. 20 points in the fourth quarter. They come all the way back, and they win that game. So now Miami's favored in this game at the Fiesta Bowl coming up Thursday night. It's a great story, man. It's just
that game was on November 1st, that SMU game. To fast forward 2 months, your favorite in a game to get to the national championship. If you would have said that after that game, I mean, people thought you were nuts.
I was frustrated watching Louisville, but really frustrated watching SMU and those penalties.
They did not look like a championship caliber team in that game.
Plays back, calling those. Another play got called back. Another play got called back. The penalties in that game. Anyway, they lose, right? Those in interception in overtime. And here they are. And playing like, and you know what's the best part of this is? Not only are your two coordinators absolutely locked in on what works right now, what's working, running the ball late in these games, and it's just it's looked great. What all the things they've been able to do. Mark Fletcher running, Brown got some snaps there towards the end, had some nice runs, but that defense.
Yeah, I think the story with the defense is pretty bizarre, right? I mean, they go from
17
last
points
year,
in 2 games.
You could not stop anyone at the end of the season. This year, nobody can score on them. And these are good teams they've played, man. Those are 2 top teams that you played. You want to say that the last month of the season you didn't play the best competition, that's fine. But these last 2 teams you played, they were real good.
Oh, these are 2 best teams on their schedule that they're playing. Nothing against Notre Dame, but
I think Ole Miss, by the way, I do think Ole Miss is gonna be tough.
No, of course they are. They wouldn't be
like
here.
A very motivated football team.
They came back and beat Georgia. It looked like Georgia's going to run away in that game. And
their quarterback is problematic.
Well, they've obviously got really good players. I like their defensive tackles. I think they're really good. But hey, they do a lot of things. They came back and beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Speaking of the old SEC. So here we go, man. Thursday night, and this should be a lot of fun to see. But my other point was, besides the coordinator calling and the games that these guys have called so far have been fantastic. But the star players are playing like star players. It's been like everybody. Well, Reuben Bain's he'll he'll get a chance to show us how good he is. You're right. Mesidor is going to show us how good. Keontae Scott has just got injured, had enough time to get healthy again. Pick 6.
The Bain thing is really crazy, too, because it seems like the better teams they play, the better he plays. You notice that? Like Ohio State, I mean, talking about going up against.
Well, there's
those
a couple
are top
things.
tier.
First of all, those tackles, A&M, same deal. Oh, I don't need help. I got him.
Yeah.
There's no more
of those
helping, chipping, having a guy chip. And so he's getting a chance because people were saying, like, well, where's Ruben Bain's numbers? And I go, well, he's got a lot of guys keying on him. And they're going, oh, okay. So here it is, man. And his stock has gone up. I think Mesidor's done nothing but help him. I don't know, Woody. I don't know where he's going. I know there's a lot of good pass rushers.
Well, Bain might be the first non-quarterback drafted. It's very possible. I mean, I don't know. It depends, what teams need and all that. But he could certainly be right.
Well, everybody,
up there.
as we know, everybody's looking for pass rushers.
Yeah, so I hear.
Everybody's looking for real pass rushers that can also hold up against the run. And he's 270 pounds, and he is strong. So anyway, you've got all these guys, line of scrimmage. All these things, man, that are so important. I didn't know the line of scrimmage is going to hold up. The defensive line and the offensive line, which I always thought was the strength of the team for the last 2 years. And they're playing like it, but their run blocking is really from the regular season. So there's just a lot of good things going on right now with this Canes team. And Carson Beck taking care of the ball. Carson, just take care of it, man.
We could be coming in here on Friday. Start getting ready for a home game for the national championship.
You're right.
It's pretty crazy.
8-9 days later. You're right.
That is pretty crazy.
So
it's that game on the 19th, I believe.
Just a nice story, really nice story. And, everybody, here we go again. And those losses are going to come back to haunt us. And now all of a sudden they got 12 wins on the season. 12-2 with 2 left. So
nice NFL schedule, by the way, right?
Great story. Yeah. Almost the old NFL regular season.
This is a quick turnaround, by the way. This round of the playoffs, that is a quick turnaround.
They're getting them ready for those Thursday games.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They have to play in a short week.
Yeah.
So they're all just getting ready for that. Hey, Woody, we've got more stuff to get to here in the 9 o'clock hour. We got some Dolphin stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to clean up. Got to try to figure out who the general manager is going to be. Who's going to be involved? I love when they're talking about who's involved and why they're involved and how they're going to do it. Dan Marino's involved. We have to downplay that. Dan Marino's involved. Anyway, I want to do a little pause to make the point.
I just got this text. It's just like, I don't really see this. How lucky can the Canes get? Almost the entire staff for Ole Miss won't coach the next game because LSU is not allowing it. A lot of my loser FSU fans said that. They go, Miami's road to the championship is so easy.
There's nothing easy.
Yeah, real easy.
By the way, those coaches aren't going to be out on that field.
Though there's a lot of bitter fans from the rival teams here.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Florida State,
this got a sting for them.
Florida State needs to kind of kick back and just kind of worry about the transfer portal right now.
No, they're in great shape. They got Norvell coming back.
Hey, I'm not going to get into jabs.
No, they're in good shape.
I'm not getting into jabs with you and your buddies.
And then the Gators got some, I don't know, small school coach coming in or something. One of those small schools. So they should be good too. They'll be fine.
Didn't Indiana have a small school guy? Wasn't he at James Madison or something like that?
Yeah, but that's different,
good.
though.
All right. Hey, I'll tell you what's not different, and we got to get this taken care of for you, man. Are you protecting your home with Loctite impact windows, doors, and roofing? Hurricane season is over, but it's always right around the corner, right? Tropical storms and everything else. It can really mess up your home. And if you need new hurricane windows or doors, or you need a new roof, boy, especially the old leaky roof, replace your old roof now. You can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art impact windows and doors. Matter of fact, impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. So they're doing a lot of things to help you out. That's what they do at Loctite, always have. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff. I make that phone call, man. Make the phone call. Let them talk to you. They cover all of South Florida, and they'll do great work for you. Chev and his team over there at Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
Today's topics are sponsored
Hurricanes will head to Arizona today for their semifinal matchup with Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Thursday's game will kick at 7:30 and can be heard right here on WQAM. Our countdown to kickoff beginning at 3. Over to the Dolphins, whose season ended with a 38-10 loss to the Patriots. The Dolphins will finish with a 7-10 record and the 11th pick in the draft. To the Heat, who blew out the Pelicans 125-106. Norman Powell 34. Miami will now hit the road to take on Minnesota tomorrow night. And to the Panthers to beat Colorado 2-1. Next up, the Cats will head to Toronto tomorrow night. And Joe, we have another head coach who is out. Kevin Stefanski is a goner there in Cleveland. That's the newest.
They call it Black Monday for a reason.
Oh,
yeah. By the way, you kind of feel bad, but it's a cold business. I mean, literally.
They said he should be a top candidate in several places. So
I think
we become one of those places that needs a candidate after today?
If you don't have success with the Jets, or you don't have success with Cleveland, I think you get a do-over real quickly. I think Robert Saleh is going to get another job. They're saying out in San Francisco, defensive coordinator left the Jets. He's probably going to get another head coaching job. I don't know.
Those places are so toxic.
I don't know, Woody, but speaking of toxic and a lot of work to do, I don't know. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been thinking back, and Omar trying to bring back some times when we had a lot of work to do. And listen, when you're not winning games, there's no question. You need more talent, right? Nobody's going to disagree with that. You need more talent. You need to figure out the quarterback situation. You need a franchise-looking quarterback, which we do not have. And so the Dolphins have put out, it happened a couple days ago, the GM search. And Troy Aikman is going to be the key consultant, former Dallas Cowboy Hall of Fame quarterback. You see him on Monday Night Football. Matter of fact, getting after Tua and Mike pretty good for lack of urgency in the fourth quarter of calling plays and getting on the ball down 3 touchdowns to some of the throws that Tua made in that game. So is pretty critical. And by the way, right on the money with his thoughts, same as mine during the game. So a lot of people have asked me about, well, Troy Aikman, this is kind of weird. Troy Aikman's coming in here, but what about Dan Marino? I said, well, Dan's going to be involved. Well, this is kind of weird. This doesn't feel right. And so they're both going to be involved, but there are a lot of people, including a guy that does fan radio, Boomer Esiason, and here's his thoughts on when he heard about Troy Aikman going to be the new consultant to help find the general manager.
What about Mike McDaniel? Has he gotten his job back?
It seems like he's keeping his job, man. And if they're hiring, they're hiring Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Troy Aikman knows the league. He does, Monday Night Football, talks to all these people, knows everybody within the league. But they're hiring him as a consultant as opposed to Dan Marino, who's already there as a consultant.
Yeah, they're going to work together. Collaboration.
You think they're going to collaborate together?
Those two guys, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think they like each other?
No, I think they like each other, but I would imagine if I'm Dan Marino, I'm like, what are we doing? We're bringing in Troy Aikman?
But is Dan like
It'd be one thing if Jerry Jones called up Troy.
Okay, but
It'd be like the Giants calling up Phil.
But
let's say the Jets called up Phil.
I do it.
I know.
I do it. This is a question I would have, though. Is Dan like locked in, or is he just like sort of there to be Dan Marino when they need him to be Dan Marino?
No, I think he's locked in. I think he's involved.
All right. Then, yeah, it would be awkward.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Well, I just figured Dan was like, that was just like, you throw him in the media guide and say Dan Marino's a part of it, but he's really just out there deep sea fishing somewhere.
It's the first thing I thought of was like, wow, that's really, I found it to be very interesting. Not that I don't think Troy would be able to do what they're asking him to do and just consult. I think there was a lot of talk about Troy possibly being a GM someday. Like there's the talk about Tom Brady or Peyton Manning being GMs.
Yeah,
but they don't want that job. That job requires an awful lot of time and there's so much that goes into it. Like I would never want that job. I would never. I don't have the time, nor do I have the desire to ever want a job like that.
Would you send Dan a text about this? Like, what the F's going on, man?
No, I mean, like I just from where I sit and from what I did, I just, there's egos involved.
All right.
So that was Boomer Esiason. So if you were thinking the same thing, you weren't alone. As there will be more, and I guess I was told the next couple of days we'll know who's going to be on the committee and involved with this general manager search. Exactly. I've heard different names. You've heard them too. Different people in Stephen Ross's family, including his son-in-law, who's getting more active in the team. I got to believe Tom Garfinkel is going to be involved. Brandon Shore's name keeps popping up. And then I don't know who else. I don't know what the list can look like, but they made it clear they want Troy Aikman. They wanted some fresh eyeballs from the outside, and not here. And by the way, just with that theme, I'm with them. Like, okay, if we're doing some outside stuff, why are we still doing so much inside stuff and keeping people around who've been inside a long time? We haven't friggin' won. You got to go back and you got to evaluate every scout, everybody involved in free agency that evaluates free agents, to every guy in the draft from every school, doesn't matter what size, to make sure we're doing something different than the Chris Grier way. And if we're still doing the Chris Grier way, shame on us. If that's all those people know, hey, Dave Hyde's been on this for a year. Dave Hyde has said, hey, man, if you're going to do it, clean it. If you're going to clean it, clean it. Get some people that can do it the way the new GM wants to do it. And by the way, you shouldn't do anything till the GM gets here. Whoever the GM's going to be, whether it's Champ, who's here already, or somebody else. Hey, man, when they go, all right, it's your job. All right, well, listen, first of all, not a fan of that guy. They're out. I got some ideas on some people I want, because I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to put, I don't have a crush on certain colleges, number one. Number two, we're going to do strong background checks, which this organization is not known for. There are going to be a lot of different things. And we're going to make it clear how things are going to work between head coach and general manager. It just can't be, wow, we had breakfast together and we were laughing at you guys. So anyway, there's a lot of work to do, man. There's just a lot of work to do. Flying home last night, I was just doing a list around the GM search stuff, which is by itself is very, very important. The most important thing before you get to head coach and you get to quarterback and you get to expensive players to fill out the roster on cheap players. Draft. This draft is so important, man. You got to hit some home runs. We've been saying that forever. We've been saying we got to hit home runs forever. And either the guys we've hit on we couldn't keep because of money, didn't give them a new contract, or we got teased. Teased with big money. The biggest contract in the history of this franchise, too, is Tagovailoa. And I don't know what. Omar insinuated he's just out of shape and he's not the same guy. I don't know. It makes it sound like he hadn't taken care of himself. I don't know that stuff. I just know this. When the body doesn't work like it used to and you don't run and throw like you used to, it affects your confidence. It does. It affects your confidence. And that's what I saw from Tua this year. I saw a guy start losing confidence, and they started shrinking the playbook more and more and more with things he could do. And finally, that Monday Night Football, that was it. Another cold weather game, that was the end. That was it. And by the way, the cold weather thing is alive and well. Patriots did it to us again. I didn't think we were going to beat the Patriots, by the way. Not with all the guys we had out. Hell, probably even if they're all playing, we're going to get kicked around pretty good. I just didn't see this 38-10 loss, which, by the way, we've had a few of these where it was a close game, and in the third quarter.
You thought they were going to hang?
I thought they were going to hang around.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't know if the Patriots were going to play all their guys. I didn't know where they're going to take it. But anyway.
That didn't matter for the Jets and the Bills.
So anyway.
Bills pulled Josh Allen after one play.
Yeah.
They still won by 100.
He wanted to keep their yeah, well, they beat us. We got beat the same way. Another problem we have that we have to take a serious look at, and again, I don't have any answers, but I know we were blown out in 6 games. Indy, Cleveland, pick 6 to start that third quarter, game over. Baltimore, game over.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Thursday night football game, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so.
That was when
Lamar came back.
Lamar came back and looked great. Pittsburgh, Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, close game.
Cold.
And next thing you know, we got cold looking.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, we got Joe Burrow. And then the Patriots, we started that game, we looked a little cold.
The cold thing's a Tua thing, though, isn't it? Like, I mean, doesn't he own most of that? I think that's kind of his thing. So hopefully we can get past that. But
we do have to get, if we're going to stay in this division, unless there's something where we can just play indoors or in sunny weather, we have to get a weatherproof quarterback. I saw one yesterday. I see one twice a year in Buffalo. We have got to get that guy that can make all the throws and run around and do all crazy things. I got to tell you, the improvement of Drake May from last year to this year is off the charts. He made one play after another. First of all, we have him dead to rights on the outside, and he just rips away. I think the guy even grabbed his face mask, and he just kind of ripped it away and ran down the sideline, made the throw. He's just a different guy in a matter of, even from the start of this year to the end, he is a different guy. So here we sit. Patriots win 14 games. The Bills win 12 games. They've got Josh Allen and Drake May. We win 7, and we don't know what's going on at quarterback. That's just the AFC East, Josh Allen and Drake May. Man, anyway, exit meetings and also physicals for players. Mandatory physicals, apparently, for even if you're a free agent, which I didn't know. Everybody's got to get checked out for business purposes for everybody in the league.
Sure seems like Lamar Jackson could be a realistic possibility.
Why? What do you see now?
Well, I just saw the stuff they're asking him after the game. It's like everyone seems to think that him and his coach are done there. And they probably could use a change of scenery, to be quite honest, right?
Can I tell you something?
I mean, Lamar's clearly at the end of his career.
If they're sitting there and the owner is saying, and the GM are saying, okay, Lamar or John Harbaugh loses every time.
No, I know, but at some point, too, if you're the Ravens, you gotta be like, all right, we have not been able to win a Super Bowl with this guy. So
are they saying that in Buffalo and Cincinnati? Are they saying they're getting rid of the same guy?
But I think Lamar is at the end of his career where those guys are not.
He's 28.
I know, Joe, but
he's 28 years old, Woody. Listen to me. He's 28.
You've seen him. He's dealing with a lot of injuries. He played, very reckless early in his career.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
Seems like the game that they lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a ton of passes batted down. Not his fault, I guess, but
we just going to blame him for everything
on
that loss?
But that was a bad loss. I mean, Pittsburgh could not move the football.
Woody, how many Lamar Jacksons do we have in the league? How many guys
There's
at that
one
level?
Lamar Jackson, Joe.
Huh?
There's one Lamar Jackson. He's very good. That's why I'm saying if you could make a play at that guy, you should.
So then what's Baltimore going to do? They're going to beat the Dolphins the next 20 years?
Baltimore does, but it's very possible that they're like, all right.
Well, you should care because they're looking, everybody's got the same
I'm just
situation.
reading into what they're talking about over there, man.
They did that with Joe Burrow.
They did do that with Joe Burrow.
Look, when he played against us, he's going anywhere?
Probably not.
They're kissing his ass with Joe. Hey, you're in on all the decisions. You like this guy, Zach Taylor, as your head coach? If not, his ass is gone.
I'm telling you, I want the guy. I mean, that's all I'm trying to tell you. Like, if it happens where they're like, all right, we're going to move on, then I would pay whatever they're asking and do it.
I would take Lamar Jackson,
of course,
in a heartbeat, and whatever we have to throw in. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, he's from here. Second of all, I know he wants to play down here. Everybody knows. He's made that clear. In a perfect world, he likes it down here. He'd be good for business. Lamar Jackson's one of the handful of guys good for business with the things he can do.
He'd be the most exciting quarterback you've had in generations. So, yes, that would be like if he decides or they decide, Lamar might say, I want out.
They tried talking him out of it.
Okay, but he might, Joe. He might be like, hey, I don't want to play here anymore. I don't like the direction this is heading. By the way, how much more of a beating could Derrick Henry take every single season?
By the way, Lamar also has to look and go, do I really want to go there?
To Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a good situation.
Yeah. Well,
that's a terrible situation.
I'm not talking about living down here. He loves living down here, but so does everybody else.
I'm guessing, though, he would want to play here. They gave him some assurances they could, surround him with some players.
We've been promising everybody we can surround everybody with players. We haven't done a very good job of getting enough good players.
If you brought back Tyreek Hill somehow, and you brought back
Why
Waddle,
are you on this bring back Tyreek Hill after everything we've been through him? You and I we need to talk off the air. I'm not on Tyreek. I'm not on the Tyreek train at all. And I don't think the organization. The stuff you put up with him.
I'm doing a Lamar Jackson scenario here. Because, yes, you're right. Lamar is not going to want to come in here and be some part of some rebuild.
And how are you going to...
That he's not going to want to do.
Anyway, all right, we got to go to break here. Hey, listen, man, say make-believe world. I love your stuff today. It's good.
Well, you better get used to make-believe world because we're going to be in it for a while, my friend. All right?
You're right.
Got a while till the draft here.
All right. Hey, yeah, I tried to stay away from the did I mention we have the 11th pick in the upcoming draft?
But you may want to buy some real estate in make-believe world over there, right?
All right. We've got to go to break. We'll be right back.
Today's topics are sponsored by
number 5, 305-567-0560. You're going to see the Heat and the Suns on January the 13th.
I saw the Suns beat OKC. How about that? See, Booker hit a last-second shot there to get that. Anyway, hey, we haven't talked much about it, but we will. Heat 20-16 at Minnesota tomorrow. First of a 4-game road trip. And, of course, the Panthers halfway through the season, man. Damn, that went by fast, Woody. 41 games played. Got a great win against the Avalanche at home at Toronto tomorrow. And, by the way, 9 of the next 10, I believe I saw on the road. So Panthers and hopefully getting some good news. By the way, this besides Kachuk coming back here any day now, I don't think it's so crazy. This lot of stuff out there that Barkov could be back in April. That's amazing. That's incredible. He had some pretty good damage to that knee. So tell you what, man, don't count them out yet. And every time they seem like they have a tough loss or a bad loss, man, they just find a way to come back and just play their ass off, man. And that's what they did. Just unbelievable. Great stuff. Great stuff going on there. Hey, by the way, we've got Omar Kelly, we're going to talk to Omar a little bit. He's still up in Boston about the game yesterday and looking ahead to all the work that has to be done, and who's going to be involved in the search and everything else, and the quarterback situation. I mean, it's there's a lot of work to be done. And by the way, when the bullets stop flying, it's going to be interesting to see who they keep around. And I'm not just talking coaches, because I think they got a lot of really good coaches, but what happens with scouts and everything else once you bring in the new GM, and is he going to, they get somebody they really want, are they going to allow him to make a decision at head coach or not? Anyway, we'll talk to Omar Kelly next from the Miami Herald about all this stuff.